Yeah, weight heavy on my back. I'm knowing that they coming, sitting ready on my lap. It's the biggest in the game. All these boys lame, trying to throw me off my game. It's the real big stepper, 10 toes with it. Sparing no feelings, you know anybody get it. Catch them boys slipping, never leave a witness. Never with the gimmicks, crash dummies on a mission. I'm like, yeah, I'm a problem for 'em. Plus you know I'm cocky, you cannot ignore him. On the internet, yeah, he probably hard, but in real life, he gon' need a bodyguard. You know I'm riding with God, so I'm on the right track. Yeah, we lost a little, but we'll make it right back. I'm in all black, yeah, I got all y'all caskets. Stick to the code, this for all my ratchets. This for all my ratchets. This for all my ratchets. This for all my, yeah. Yeah. This for all my ratchets. This for all my ratchets. This for all my, yeah. Yeah, y'all heavy on the dope. You really getting desperate, and it really shows. Your money getting low, your fame disappearing, and Big Ratchet took you out the game is what you hearing. Yeah, I'm a god to these niggas, and everything you spit is a facade to these niggas. And it's really clear that you been robbing these niggas, and really soon I'ma drop a bomb on these niggas. Nah, that's the devil talking, but I don't listen. If I did, y'all be dead in coffins. Just know that day is coming. He know I'ma level off him, and that flew over heads. He know I'ma level off him. You know I'm riding with God, so I'm on the right track. Yeah, we lost a little, but we'll make it right back. I'm in all black, yeah, I got all y'all caskets. Stick to the code, this for all my ratchets. This for all my ratchets. This for all my ratchets. This for all my, yeah. I'm calling out all these niggas. Ain't no Debo, don't stall these niggas. Pipe up, pipe down when you call my phone. Don't hit me up about no bitch. Gave her dick, now she won't get gone. Pipe up. Who the fuck want war with a demon? You ain't got enough money, my nigga. Treat this shit like cars I'm leasing. Pipe up. Do it look like I'm worried about a thread? Where I'm strapped like COD. And you know I got them all on deck. Pipe up. Big money when I push that button. Damn, why they y'all mad at me? Big Ratchet gon' push them buttons. Pipe up. Now y'all really just need to pipe down. If it's what you really want, my nigga, I can make one call right now. Pipe up. Yo, bitch tryna hop on dick. And you know I left it wet, my nigga. Better go ahead and mop that shit. Pipe up. Keep talking, you gon' get piped up. Yo, bitch tryna get piped up. Snotty knows he gon' get wiped up. Pipe up. These niggas ain't gon' do nothing. I ain't never did none of y'all
Hey, know I'm tone bite, know I'm tone bite, know I'm tone bite. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, know I'm tone bite, RatchetTV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. Alright, so boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, tonight we got to talk about, we got to talk about something that we first started talking about on this channel. It's been a long journey back to this 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we were on the Kenneka Jenkins case. It wasn't 4 years ago we was on the Kendrick Johnson case, but we definitely tapped into the Kendrick Johnson case. 4 years ago, we was on the Zack TV case. If you were a day one Ratchet Gang supporter, and I mean day one, you would know that this is one of the first cases that I ever touched on this platform, and I got really close in this case. It was the spookiest case that I ever covered. Anybody knows, I'll tell you hands down, the scariest, spookiest, most eerie case that I ever covered. It was two, actually three. Well, one not so much, but it was tied into one, which is the Zack TV. It was tied into the Kenneka Jenkins, but the Kenneka Jenkins case was one of the most, well, it wasn't one of, it was the most eerie case. It was the scariest case that I ever touched on. It was the most bizarre case that I ever touched on in my history of doing YouTube. The Kendrick Johnson case is probably up there as number two. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but I would say Kendrick Johnson was definitely a spooky one, but I didn't really get so close to within the case where I was getting phone calls about it. But something led me to cover this again, allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video, and everything I say is alleged. Allegedly, y'all. All right, so what led us back down this rocky road to go back and cover the Kenneka Jenkins case again? Well, a lot of people been going back and talking about some new information that popped up in the Kenneka Jenkins case, but I want to show y'all that well, I'm gonna give salute to one person who a lot of people said, and the most disrespectful thing that you could say to me is a lot of people said, you're gonna be the next Zack TV. Nah, Zack TV paved the way for people like me. So I'm gonna say salute to Zack TV. And Zack, you a real legend, and we'll never let your name die, especially on this platform. So Zack TV, I want everybody to give Zack TV his flowers. He's not here to collect his flowers. You can still give me my flowers while I'm here, but it ain't about me. It's about Zack TV. Salute to Zack TV. We want to give Zack TV his flowers. Zack TV is one of the people I definitely would say are an influential person in the career of RatchetTV, because I watched people like Zack TV put his neck on the line. I think he made mental mistakes that led him to his demise, but you know, that's neither here nor there. It's too late to even talk about that. I will never make those same mental errors that Zack TV made. And I'll make sure Zack TV's legacy lives on, but I'll be, you know what I'm saying, the biggest in the game. So salute to Zack TV. I want everybody to give Zack TV the flowers he deserves. Hold on. I had to open up my computer. Hold on. All right, we got, I need everybody to double tap the screen for Kenneka Jenkins, though, and Kendrick Johnson and Zack TV. Double tap that screen. We got to get into this eerie case again, and we got to open the floodgates for this again. So we're going to take a cheers. Also, I'm going live early because I will be watching the Tank Davis fight tonight. Tank Davis is cleaning them up in under 9 rounds. I got Tank Davis in about the 7th or the 8th round, knocking the old boy out. I don't think it's going past 8 rounds, but that's just me. So I definitely want to take a shot to Kendrick Johnson, Kenneka, Jenkins, and Zack TV, and let their legacies live on. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers, everybody in the building. Get the likes up. Let's go. Long live Zack TV. Long live Kenneka Jenkins. Long live Kendrick Johnson. Now, let's talk about what led me back into covering this. Not only was it just some new information that was popping up or some information that was already out there, but I would say this. Take my glasses off so y'all know I'm serious with it. All right. I'm feeling good tonight. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been getting no sleep. My damn puppy's been keeping me up like a motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna even lie. They've been having me up for like 2 days, bro. It's all good, though, man. You gotta love the pups. Gotta love the pups. They asses in the living room sleep, though. Fuck that. You see my other two right here laid out. Everybody is just tired around here, but they've been keeping everybody on pins and needles around this motherfucker. But salute to everybody in the building. Thank y'all for pulling up early. Where we at? I still need y'all to double tap that screen. Let's get it to 300 likes, man. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Are y'all ready to get into this? I want to talk to y'all about, first of all, what led me back into covering this. It wasn't just the new information that was popping up. I got a phone call, and then it was into one of the other eerie cases that I covered. I promise, it was very weird. I think I told y'all about this. The Steve Wilkos show actually called me, and they were telling me they wanted me to come onto the show to talk about the Alexis Ware situation. I ended up declining, and I'm gonna tell you why I ended up declining this. They were contacting me to go to the show, and they sent me plane tickets and everything. I can prove everything I'm saying. They contacted me to go into the show. I was about to go on the show, and then one of the producers ended up calling me one day and were talking to me about, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. A lot of this shit wasn't really adding up to why they wanted me to go on to the show, because they said they found me on social media. They were looking at my YouTube channel, but when I was asking them questions and telling them stuff, they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I'm like, okay, so you found my channel, but you don't know who the fuck I am, obviously. So I'm wondering what the fuck led them into contacting me. So I could not ever get a clear answer, because when they didn't even know the family of Alexis Ware didn't like me. I'm like, how could you possibly know me from my YouTube channel and not know that family didn't like me? How did you not know that I'm the one who released the information about the ring cam footage? How did you not know about the ring cam footage? So I'm like, okay, you found my channel, so you obviously don't know nothing I covered, and I'm asking you questions. You can't answer none of the questions I'm asking you about the Alexis Ware situation. I know y'all like, what are you talking about? This is Kenneka Jenkins, but listen, I'm gonna land the plane. Just listen to me. So as we're talking about the Alexis Ware situation, this is how one of the producers ended one of the calls with me. So he's telling me like, okay, well, can I ask you a question completely off the record? And I said, what's up? And he goes, mind you, this particular producer was calling me from an unknown number. And I don't know why you would call me from an unknown number, but it was weird. The other producers called me from a number. I Googled it. It checked out. It was the Steve Wilkos show. Everything I Googled about these people, they sent me their IDs to confirm it was them. It was really them. But then once this last producer got on the phone with me, he's telling me, he's like, I want to ask you a question completely off the record. And I said, what's up? He goes, what do you think about and this is exactly how he said it. What do you think about the Kenneka, the little girl that was caught in the freezer, Kenneka? And he acted like he couldn't know her name. I was like, Kenneka Jenkins? He goes, yeah, Kenneka Jenkins. What do you think about that case? What do you think that was about? And I go, I get quiet for a second. I'm like, obviously I knew what was up at this point. So I go, set up? And that's all I said. He's like, you think she got set up by her friends or by who? And I was like, by everybody. And I was just looking like, I didn't want to answer the question because I knew what this was about at this point, because why would you ask me that? So then I go, okay. And I didn't say nothing. I was like, yeah, by everybody. He was like, yeah. I thought so too. And he goes, what about the little boy who is, I can't remember his name. He was like rolled up into a mat, and I go, Kendrick Johnson? He goes, yeah, Kendrick Johnson. What do you think about that case? I said, same thing. And he goes, set up, huh? All right, that's all I wanted. All right, I'll talk to you later. No, and then that's how the conversation ended. And at that point, I said, I'm not going on to the show. They sent me the plane tickets, and the plane, they wanted me to come on the 9th and leave on the 11th. I started doing gematria in my head, and I thought that this was the lineup of RatchetTV. I could be wrong, and they could have just wanted me on the show, and it could have just been whatever. And I could have been on the Steve Wilkos show. But everything in me told me, do not do this. I even talked to Cocoa Butter behind the scenes. She was like, do not go. Don't go on. Do not. Nah, hell no. Don't do it. And I was like, and I talked to my brother. My brother's like, don't go. I wouldn't do it. And I think they're trying to line you up. So, I talked to certain people behind the scenes and they told me not to do it. And I just ultimately said it's in the best interest of me not to go. And I just felt like, why would you, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even do your proper research on me, but you asked me about those two cases, which was, like I said, I could be wrong and it could have been whatever. But for me, that was the ultimate, like, nah, red flag, big red flag. I'm not going. Fuck that. So that led me back to thinking about Kenneka Jenkins and like, okay, I got to get back on this case. Something is telling me that I should cover the Kenneka Jenkins case again. And I was warned to stay away from this case back in, they said us giving, and they were going to book me a hotel. It was just all weird. And they were booking me, everything was on their dime. They was going to book me the hotel. They was going to book the flights. And it was just weird. And I just felt like, nah, that's just way too much access. No one knows how I move. And that's one way that I've stayed alive this long in this game, that people can't predict me. I'm unpredictable. You don't know my every move. But if I do something like that, you will know my every move and you will know my whereabouts. And it just wasn't for me. It was weird to ask about those cases in that way. Yeah, it was very weird. And I hit her up as soon as it was done and talked to her, and she was like, hell nah. She kept telling me, do not go. You're not going, are you? Do not go. You're not going to go. She kept asking me. I was like, nah, I'm not. I just thought about it. I ended up telling her, like, nah, I ain't going, man. Fuck that. I ain't going. Hit my brother up like, man, I ain't going. Fuck all that. So, yeah. And it led me back down this rabbit hole of Kenneka Jenkins all over again. So, man, what do y'all think about that? Was that weird? Was I wrong for thinking like that? Would y'all have went? What do y'all think about the Kenneka Jenkins case, about what they, it's always follow your heart. Yeah, my heart told me no, Mona. Or is it Monet? I'm going to just say Mona. Ratchet, I sent them a message in December. Yeah, well, Gervais, they said, this is Gervais, and you were connected to the Alexis Ware case. So look, they told me that Alizé and the mom, what the fuck is the mom name? Can't think of it right now. I'm catching a blank. What the fuck is Alexis Ware mama name? Why did I just think about this? Anyway, somebody tell me in the chat. I fucking forgot. Anyway, they told me Alizé was going on and Alexis Ware mama was Alberta. There you go. Okay, they said Alberta and Alizé were going on the show. Then they ended up saying that they told them that I was coming and they was cool with it. I'm like, no. That's a big red flag, because why would they be cool with me coming on that show to expose them? It just didn't make no sense. You've never wanted to talk to me. Matter of fact, you've done everything in your power to stay away from me. So why would you be okay with me going on this show with you guys, and all of your skeletons are going to come out if I come on this show with y'all? So it just didn't make sense to me. And I just said, and you didn't know that they didn't like me and they didn't tell you nothing about me. So it just was weird. It was just too many red flags. Then I realized that Big Zesty, the brother, Travis, he was connected into the entertainment industry, and I just feel like this was one big lineup for RatchetTV. They say, she know you wasn't lying. Exactly. So why would she be okay with going on that show with me and her lies getting exposed? So it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. And I felt like once he asked me about Kenneka Jenkins and Kendrick Johnson, that told me that you was basically telling me, this was me in my mind. You was basically telling me that I could get Zack TV'd out here and I could get set up. So I was like, nah. Then I started going back down the rabbit hole of Kenneka Jenkins and Zack TV and Kendrick Johnson. So it led us to be right here tonight. So I need everybody. We still not at 300 likes, man. Double tap the screen, everybody. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Come on, y'all. We live early. We got good content tonight, man. Let's get ready to get to this Kenneka Jenkins case. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I need everybody to double tap the screen and get the likes up. I need everybody to double tap the screen and get the likes up, because if you know, like I know, Kenneka Jenkins was a sacrifice. Now, another case, I bet nobody in here can name another case connected like the Kenneka Jenkins case. And it was a very different case. It was not even the same, but it was the same because the parents were 33rd degree Masons. I bet nobody in here can guess it. I'm going to give y'all a challenge. The first person to say it, I'm going to cash app you $10. The first, fuck it, $15. No, $20. If anybody can guess this case, I'm going to cash app you $20. Y'all got 60 seconds on the clock. Go. I'm going to wait 60 seconds. If y'all can guess the case that two parents ended up being Masons. Oh, boom. D Wade. He got it quick. D Wade said Trayvon Martin. Okay. D Wade, hit me up on Instagram and I'm going to send you $20. Hit me up on Instagram and let me know that's you, and screenshot your YouTube name so I know no one's playing with me. Just screenshot your go to your YouTube account, screenshot it for me. Let me know that's really you, and send me your Instagram. Send me your Cash App, and I got you. Okay, a couple of people got it. They said Trayvon Martin. Well, D Wade was the first person to say it. D Wade was the first person to say it, so I'm gonna give it to D Wade. But a few people got that. Damn. Okay. Shanquella too. Shanquella Robinson was one too, but I was going way back. But yeah, Shanquella Robinson was one too. I didn't think about that one. But yeah, definitely Shanquella Robinson and Trayvon Martin. So if you know about Trayvon Martin, you know that his parents set him up. And I'm going to tell you something that happened back when I first covered the Kenneka Jenkins case. And we're going to get to the content in just a minute, y'all. I'm cooking right now, though. So back in the day when I covered this, if you know like I know, I got a phone call. This phone call led me to go live, and I didn't tell the person I was recording them. I just clicked the live button and I was recording them. And I was on the phone with somebody in 2021 that sounded just like who, y'all? I'm not going to put nothing in people's mouths so they'd be like, oh, well, you just controlling people and you made them say that. No. Someone called my phone. If you was a day one Ratchet Gang fan, you remember this. Someone calls my phone and I ended up clicking the live button, and that person that was on the other end of the phone warning me about this case sounded just like who? So they said the mom, Teresa Martin, KJ mama. They said TT. Well, yeah, TT, but yeah, but it definitely sounded exactly like Teresa. Now, mind you, I used to work at a meat market. I was a butcher. So I used to work at a meat market, and this was when I first started doing YouTube in 2021. I did not know nothing about doing YouTube, fam. Like, I just started covering the Kenneka Jenkins case, and I didn't know nothing about doing YouTube. I didn't know nothing about content. This was like the first case I really just took on, and I just started covering it. So while I'm at work, I get a phone call. Now, I get a phone call at work, and they're like, this was Kenneka Jenkins' cousin. Mind you, I was not popular at the time. I don't even think I had 1,000 subscribers at this time. I can't remember. I was not popular at all, fam. I'm being real. Like, I was not one of the popular YouTubers at this point. I was fairly new to YouTube. 2021 is the first year I started doing YouTube. So if you know, like I know, 2021 is the very first YouTube video I dropped. It's 2021, January 1st, 2021. So that's why my anniversary is always on January 1st. I started doing YouTube in January 1st, 2021. So anyway, salute to Miss Mara for that Tiny Thug membership. And we had got a few memberships earlier. I can't remember, but salute to everybody who grabs a membership. We got $0 on the screen. That's fucked up, y'all. We got zero. I know it's the first of the month, but we got $0. That's fucked up, y'all. That's fucked up. Y'all got me looking fucked up on the first like this, and I'm live early. That's fucked up. Y'all ain't double tapping the screen, and y'all ain't send me no damn support. Fuck that. But anyway, I get a phone call, and the phone call is from Kenneka Jenkins' cousin, and they're telling me like this was a ritual. They told me Kenneka Jenkins knew that this was happening, and Kenneka Jenkins had wind of she was going to get sacrificed. The mom was a Eastern Star, and the dad was getting his 33rd degree masonry, whatever. So this was in 2021. Ray Bud, thank you for the 20p. Said no, it ain't. Salute, I appreciate that, Ray Bud. Ray Bud saying, hold up, you got us fucked up, man. Salute, Ray Bud, I appreciate that 20p. So I get a phone call, and they're telling me, stay away from this. It was more than just the parents, it was the cousin, it was the uncle, it was this, it was that. It was a lot of stuff going on. There's people dying in the streets, and behind this, they're going to make it look like a gang war, but this is really the higher ups, and that hotel was connected. The security was connected. This was in 2021. They told me, look at that security. It was a security guard. This, that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. They was telling me exactly what was going on, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna be real. This shit scared the fuck out of me. Then I go home, and I'm getting ready to go live on Kenneka Jenkins. I get a phone call, and it sounds like just like Kenneka Jenkins' mama calling me, warning me, stay away from this case. Thank you, Jackie, for that 35 piece on Cash App. Salute, Jackie. Thank you so much. Salute to Nisi for that 20 piece. I appreciate you, Nisi. Thank you, beautiful. Salute. Thank you, Evil Adams. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you for that 20 piece. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you, Indie Girl, for that 20 piece. I appreciate you. The certified one for the 5 piece. I appreciate you. Dark Angel for the 5 piece said, we still love you, Ratchet. Tiny. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Okay, they showing out now. Okay, now I feel loved. Okay, now I'm cool. Now I'm cool. All right, I thought y'all didn't love me no more. Damn, we got 90. We had 0. Now we got $94 on the screen, just like that. All right, now I feel loved again. Ray Bud, Nisi, Evil Adams, Indie Girl, the certified one, Tiny. I appreciate all y'all. Okay, now I feel loved again. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, now we good. Now we can start the show. So and make sure everybody likes every time somebody sends me a super chat. Y'all make sure to let them know they're much appreciated over here. So anyway, let's get ready to start this show. So anyway, I get contacted by, it sounds like Teresa Martin. The videos are still on my YouTube channel. You got to go way, way back. I'm talking about way back in the day to see these videos though. Miss Breezy, thank you for the 5 piece. Reese, thank you for the swagsters. Thank you for the gifted membership to Candy. Salute, salute, salute. I appreciate y'all. Y'all showing love now. We hit a honey bun already. Actually, we had $99. We $1 away, but it's cool. We gonna get that honey bun. So are y'all ready to start? Are y'all ready for me to shut the fuck up and go ahead and start this content? I get contacted by the mom. The mom warns me. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I get spooked. I get scared. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I keep going live on it, but the more I went live, and I was going to go to Chicago and go to that hotel, and I still want to do it. Maybe I should do it. I just don't be giving a fuck. They told me I got warned to stay the fuck off this case and to walk away from it or else. And I ain't going to lie. I got scared, bro. The way they was contacting me, and I didn't know nothing. I was new to YouTube and shit like that. And I got spooked eventually, and I just ended up like, man, fuck all that. That shit is scary as hell. Salute to Anaya for that 8 piece. It says, for you are awesome, King. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you, OG Tan, baby, for the 5 piece. Thank you, OG Tan, baby. I appreciate you. And salute to Frank Anderson for his 20th super on the live stream. RG4L is the king. Salute to you, Frank Anderson. I appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Let's take a cheers and we finna start this show. Y'all ready? Let's take a cheers and I'm finna go ahead and start this show. I'm gonna shut the hell up and start this show. Y'all drop them gems if y'all ready. Everybody in the chat, drop the gems if y'all ready. Let's go. It's gonna be a hell of a night. We're gonna be here for about, what time is it? 7? We're gonna be here for about 2 hours. Two more hours. Yeah, I got to start the show because I got to get off here and watch the fight tonight. So let's go ahead and get this live started. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Y'all remember that girl, Kenneka Jenkins, who went to the hotel party with her friends and the next morning they found her dead in the freezer? And y'all remember how everybody speculated that it was her friends that set her up and put her in the freezer? And this happened in 2017, so this was like 7-8 years ago, and the police are just now releasing what really happened. So there's a paper of the witness explaining what happened.
Have y'all seen that paper of the witness explaining what happened? Ray Bud been a member for 7 months. Salute to you. The Certified One gifted a membership. Thank you, Certified One and Ray Bud. Salute, salute, salute. Drop them flowers for Ray Bud. Did y'all catch wind of this? And thank you, Anaya, for another 10 piece. It says, oh, my bad, Black Butterfly. Thank you, my bad, because you didn't put that the first time. Thank you, Black Butterfly. And thank you, the Certified One, for gifting that membership to Mona. Excuse me. All right, let's continue. Did y'all catch wind of this? Drop the gems if you have seen it. Drop the eyeballs if you have not.
I know when the police investigate them, they document all that shit. Now, the paper didn't give us the name of the witness. It was covered up. But it did give us the name of the man who unalived Kenneka, and his name was Mancho. I think that's how you pronounce it. So at the Crown Plaza Hotel where all this took place, there was a midnight security guard named Macho. And the witness was Macho's homeboy. So the witness would go up to the hotel in the middle of the night, like twice a week, to smoke with Macho during his break. So they would go to the kitchen area that was closed and smoke in the cooler. So the witness said at around 3 o'clock in the morning, during their session, some drunk chick walked in the cooler, which was obviously Kenneka. And the witness said Kenneka walked up to Macho, recognizing him, saying, "What you doing here, Macho?" You know, just being your average drunk person. And Macho was like, "Oh, what you doing here?" And Kenneka was like falling to the side. She was talking with her eyes closed. And she had said, "These bitches taking too long with my shit. I need some fresh air," which is why she went into the cooler. And she told Macho she feels funny, and Macho said, "I can make you feel better," and started grabbing her by her waist, taking her pants off. And you know, Kenneka is drunk, so she ain't got a clue in the world what's going on. And she kept asking Macho what he was doing, and he just kept raping her. And you know, she was drunk, so she didn't really have any energy, so she couldn't like resist, like, you know, she was just limping. And Macho wanted to go again.
Salute to Certified One for being a member for 7 months. Says, "Get the likes up, gang. Check Apple Pay." Thank you for the Apple Pay. I don't see it, but I'll check it though. Thank you. I appreciate you. I don't see it. It didn't pop up on my screen, but thank you. So yeah, someone said this information came out in the beginning and they ignored it. If you remember, who put out this information in the beginning, y'all? Who was the one who put this information out in the beginning? It says Kenneka Jenkins family will be receiving $6 million as a settlement. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to I'm gonna cover it all tonight. We here. Let's go.
And he started like doing crazy shit, like biting Kenneka. She finally got some energy and smacked him. So Macho got so mad that Kenneka smacked him, he like slammed her on her face, and she started bleeding. And after Macho did all that, he threw her body into the freezer, closed the freezer, turned the freezer on, and they all just left her there. And that's sad as fuck, because this whole time we thought it was her friends. It wasn't even her friends that did that. But her friends should have checked on her. A real friend would have went and checked on her. So regardless, her friends are still wrong. And her friends still play a huge role in why she died, because they weren't checking on her. They wasn't, "Kenneka, where you going?" They just let her wander off drunk. And whenever you see a drunk girl, regardless if it's your friend or not, you never let her walk away by herself. Ever. And this is why.
Man. So, again, some information started coming out. Someone came forward with some information and told that, look, this is what really happened that night. And we're going to reveal more. And I just feel like my platform has grown so much that it's only right that I do this for Kenneka all over again, because I'm not that timid YouTuber that I was in 2021. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Come do something. I'm not worried about none of that shit. When it's my time, it's going to be my time. I'm not ever scared of none of this shit. And I've grown into just becoming one of the most brave people that cover content. And I don't think anybody could fuck with me when it comes to this shit. So let's continue, guys. Let's go.
Y'all, the Kenneka Jenkins case has been solved after 8 years. So I came across this post, y'all, and this is crazy. So it basically was a somewhat of a confession of what happened to Kenneka Jenkins back in 2017. Now, it says right here, and I will move my head to read, pause to read. On September 9th, 2017, at about maybe 2:30 a.m., I went to the Crown Plaza Hotel to chill with my boy Macho, who works in the midnight security. Maybe twice a week, I go there to spark up with Macho. It goes into it, y'all. But basically, it says that what Zack TV has said happened to Kenneka Jenkins, that it was a security guard that worked at that hotel that had done something to her, basically confirms that. I'm also going to attach some footage to the end of this video that kind of gave me chills, because I've always been able to see, you know, footage clearly showing that Kenneka Jenkins did not willingly walk into that freezer and shut the door on herself. There is no way that happened. That was a part of the kitchen that wasn't even open yet, and it was under renovation. But yeah, I will show y'all the video.
Man. And we saw this back then, but now a lot of shit just makes sense of what really went on with the Kenneka Jenkins case, the edited footage and all the bullshit that was going on around her. It was a clear setup. It was a clear setup. Eerie ass case, bruh. Eerie as fuck, right? What was in that trash bag? What was in that trash bag, gang? Was it Kenneka? Let's continue.
19-year-old Jenkins attended a hotel party with some friends in 2017. Jenkins' friends said she had gone downstairs with some people, but they left her alone to retrieve a cell phone from one of the hotel rooms. They could no longer find Jenkins at the hotel party. Her friends started looking for her but were unable to find her. Kenneka Jenkins' friends called her mother to say they had not seen her. Jenkins' mother demanded the hotel to search for her. 21 hours later, Kenneka Jenkins was found in the hotel freezer. Her autopsy revealed a small abrasion on her right ankle and faint bruise on her right leg. Yet the medical examiner ruled her passing as an accident from
If you can't see, all you gotta do is hit the 3 dots on the right hand side and then just remove the live chat yourself. It's not me that can remove the live chat. You gotta do it. Hit the 3 dots at the right hand corner. And mods, can y'all frequently say this so I don't have to keep saying it? I mean, I will keep saying it, but if you see people asking about the chat, all you gotta do is hit the 3 dots at the top right hand corner and then just remove the live, just press the live chat thing and it'll remove it by itself. Everybody got that? Did y'all remove it? Press the gems if you got to remove it. All you got to do is hit the 3 dots at the top right-hand corner and remove the live chat. That's it. Y'all got it? Do y'all got it? Let me know that y'all got it. 3 dots, remove live chat. 3 dots, remove live chat. Again, 3 dots at the top right-hand corner, remove live chat. Y'all good? Okay.
hypothermia. Police believe there was no foul play involved. There has been a picture of this witness statement given on October 25, 2017 going around stating, a security guard who worked the night shift named Macho was Kenneka Jenkins. Jenkins eventually had the energy to fight back and Macho slammed her face to the ground. Macho turned the freezer on and shut the lights off, then walked off. I am unsure if this witness statement picture is real or not, but I think it's very important to this case. Justice for Kenneka Jenkins.
Yes, you can bring the live chat back. If you just hit the 3 dots again and then just press the live chat again, it'll come back. So yeah, all you gotta do is hit the 3 dots at the top right hand corner, remove the live chat. And if you want to bring it back, just hit the 3 dots at the top right hand corner and bring back the live chat. Come on, y'all, let's go.
Hi everyone. So I had a couple of requests this week for readings. Not private readings, but basically on crimes, things that's happened in the past. And the first one I'm going to go through is Kenneka Jenkins. I do have to say before I start that this is for entertainment purposes only. It's my thoughts and opinions, and it shouldn't be treated, as fact in any way. But me and my friend both done a reading on this case, and what felt like it should have been quite simple when you have a little read as to what's happened. It's this young woman, a little bit of drink, there was some drugs in her system that weren't prescribed to her but not massive amounts, some CCTV, and she stumbled in and the cause of death was accidental hypothermia.
So again, they issued this as an accidental hypothermia case, and they ultimately said that Kenneka Jenkins stumbled in the freezer by herself. Now, if you go back and remember, the freezer was out of commission. This freezer was off, so that could not have happened. But they did not do a grape kit on her. They did not do any research because it was an obvious cover up by the hotel. And everybody knew about it. And I know that the macho dude was not the only person that SA'd her that night, that graped her. He was not the only person. There was hotel staff members that were walking in and out of there. on their shifts. They definitely all took turns. This is my opinion, and this is what I believe. You can drop the gems if you think I'm right, and you can drop the caps if you think I'm lying. But my opinion is they took turns on this girl. That's my opinion. And they all had whatever with her.
However, both of us, first doing the reading, I felt like I'd been face planted. Do you know, like as though you've walked into something, crushed your nose, and you've got this horrid headache. And that's the first thing I kept getting from it. Both myself and my friend said there's something really odd. There's like a sinister feeling around it. So, done the cards. I done 2 videos on it for YouTube. Do you know, just like videos on your phone? And they both deleted. When I was trying to record the cards coming out, the phone just kept on cutting off. It just really, really odd. But basically what I found is this. What the cards indicate was that she went to the party, other, friends with her. I keep getting that the alcohol and stuff, I feel like there was slightly more alcohol than she would have normally had, and I feel like there was a little bit of spiking, not massive, not overly, but I feel like there was a little element of spiking, and I feel like that was a female.
And that I'm going to prove tonight. I got a clip that's going to show you that they definitely spiked her drink. This reading is on point, by the way. I ain't going to lie. Cheers, y'all. But definitely, I'm going to show you that she was spiked.
I don't feel it was done with the intention to do anything to her. I just feel like it was a very stupid prank that someone in their teenage years might play. I don't get anything suspicious about that. Well, not suspicious, but I don't get anything malicious intent there. Then there's the friends. So when she went with her friends or whatever, and they all left her, again, I feel like it was a rather silly risk to leave her there, but I don't think it was done with any malicious intent either. You see her stumbling on this CCTV, and it is literally like she has no clue where she is. I'm not sure what the alcohol content with it was in her system, but I don't feel as though it's enough for her to be acting like that. So she staggers round. The freezer, I do get from the cards that she accidentally went into herself. I feel like that was a complete accident. I don't know what she's looking for, but she went into there. Then this is the odd part. I get that someone saw her walking into the freezer. So someone was observing. I think it was completely by chance. It was opportunistic. And I feel that while she's stumbling around, I'm freezing cold now, but whilst she's stumbling around, someone prevented her from leaving. So I do feel as though she staggered and she tried to get out, and I feel like, I don't know whether someone held the door or what, but that's where I get the sinister element. It's like she was in, she stumbled, she tried to leave, and someone stopped her. And I keep getting that was a male. I don't know why it was. I don't even know why he was there. Possibly a worker or something, but it's odd to have such a horrible feeling around it, and the only explanation that I can think of is that possibly this man who was responsible has passed as well. But I do feel that someone prevented her getting out of the freezer. I don't feel anything will come of it in the future. I get the feeling that someone else, another male, knows what happened, but I don't feel in the future anything will come of it, any charges will be pressed, anything like that. And like I said, I feel as though the person who'd done it has already passed, which is why it feels quite oppressive when you try and do a reading on this. And obviously, if anyone has any understanding of the case, or if they... I just don't know why she couldn't get out. I don't feel as though it was because it was an automatic lock. I feel like there was someone else there. And I don't know why I feel like just something slams you in the face. At first I thought maybe the floor, but I'm just not sure now. So yeah, if anyone knows anything about it or has any comments to add, please do.
Okay, so where is the macho dude today? Because I know a few people passed. Everybody that had any information about this are no longer here anymore. Salute, King had a family transition. Glad to be back. Well, prayers up for you and your family. Assassin, salute. Welcome back. I appreciate you for being back. Salute, salute, salute. What happened to the macho dude who used to work there, the hotel security guard? Does anybody know what happened to him? Does anybody know what happened to him? What happened to him, gang? Is he still here or did he pass? I don't know. I do know that I know one of her friends who was coming forward with some information. They passed right before they could give that information. Can everybody in the chat double tap their screen and get these likes up? Can everybody in the chat double tap their screen and get these likes up? Justice for Kenneka Jenkins. If you want justice for Kenneka still to this day, double tap their screen. If not, then hey, you ain't got to double tap it. But if you do, they say, I thought he left the country. Shit, I don't think we ever see that dude again, to be real. Wherever the fuck he at, I don't think we'll ever see him again. Let's continue. Oh, and that information, Zack TV gave that information in the very beginning. If you know, you know. Zack TV was there. And Zack TV has to take credit for that in his death. Zack TV gave this, and I'm going to show y'all later. We're going to cover everything in this case from top to bottom once again. And it's going to be some, like I said, new information that people didn't know about in this case as well. And we'll also cover Zack TV and Kendrick Johnson. But y'all just got to stay tuned. Let's go.
Y'all, they finally told us what happened to Miss Kenneka Jenkins. And if y'all don't know who Kenneka Jenkins is, basically in 2017, she was at this hotel party. And later on, she went missing. And they found out that she had passed away in the cooler of the hotel. And nobody knew what happened. Nobody was trying to fess up to what happened. And we were just all in the dark. And most of us assumed that somebody that she was at the party with had something to do with it. But we can never prove it. But today, we have a witness statement. I will be putting the witness statement on the screen for y'all to read. But for those who don't want to read, I will be explaining in this video. So, basically what the witness statement said was Kenneka had went down to the cooler. And there were 3 guys there. And one of the guys was named Marco. Remember his name. He's important for later. So, Kenneka sees the 3 guys. And she's a little startled at first. But the witness says that it seemed like Kenneka and Marco knew each other. So, they struck up a conversation. And so, they're talking. And then after a while, Kenneka's like, I'm not feeling too well. And Marco's like, I can give you something that can make you feel better. Now, mind you, at this point, Kenneka is super, super, super drunk. Okay? She could barely hold herself up. There was security footage of her walking down the hallway and she was stumbling. Okay, so she was not in the right state of mind. Keep that in mind as well. So after she tells Marco, you know, she's not feeling well or whatever, Marco and the 2 other guys proceed to grape her. And after all 3 have a turn with her, and also while they were graping her, she was like passed out or something like that. So she wasn't even able to like defend herself for real. So after all 3 have a turn, Marco goes back for seconds. But this time he gets a little bit more like physical. He bites her. And that like wakes her up and she starts fighting back. And of course Marco doesn't like that. And he proceeds to get really, really violent with her. And his friends are trying to tell him to chill out, but he doesn't stop. So then Marco puts a bag over Kenneka's face. And at this point his friends are like, seriously, you gotta stop, you gotta stop, you gotta stop. So he takes the bag over her face and he puts her in the cooler. And at this point in the witness statement, it says that she was coughing and she was bloody and stuff like that. Also, mind y'all, the witness statement was written in 2017 when this happened. Okay. But after they walked away, later on they found out she had passed away. And y'all, why at the end of the witness statement, the person says she wasn't supposed to die, we were just having fun? And the fact that these people have not been arrested yet is insane to me. Insane. Y'all knew that girl was not in her right state of mind, and y'all still did what y'all did to her. For the sake of fun. Y'all are rapists and y'all are murderers. I don't care.
And that was a witness statement that came out. Obviously, the police, who I think that more hotel staff did what they did with her, took her organs out. This is just, and I think they organ trafficked her, and that's why they just covered it up. And the mom you'll see later that she took a settlement in this. Crazy shit. Footage of Kenneka Jenkins' mother the night Kenneka was found in the freezer. And watch this.
But it's something about the way the Crown Plaza Hotel paid Kenneka Jenkins' family millions of dollars, but the case has not officially been solved.
So why did they take a settlement and it's still open? It's still an open case. Why would you take a settlement in the open case and you still haven't even resolved the case? And obviously, it's obvious that no one cares about the case and they're never going to solve this case, right? Ratchet, thank you for covering the Kenneka Jenkins RIP case. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Aries1, for the 5-piece. I appreciate you. Salute.
Like, why did she have a medication in her system that she wasn't prescribed in the freezer? And then also, why was, her shoe off? Why was she seen in the footage in the hotel room? In the hotel lobby. But according to what I looked into, they just paid her mother millions of dollars to hush the situation up so that nobody will look further into it. And then the people that tried to look further into it got unalived. Justice for Kenneka Jenkins. I'm always going to think about this case every single day. And girl, I'm so sorry. I do not feel like she just walked into that freezer. I do not feel like
she didn't just walk into the freezer. And I got footage that shows it was CGI'd and she was guided. She was guided the whole entire way through that hotel. Did y'all hear what she just said? I'm going to give this to that girl over there. And she goes, what girl? Now, pay attention to this. And again, guys, if you can't see the screen, hit the 3 dots at the top right-hand corner and just remove the live chat. As y'all come into the live, I'm going to say this as we get more people into live. If you want to see the screen at the bottom, just hit the 3 dots at the top right-hand corner and remove the live chat. Lay down. That's my damn groceries that came here. So, go lay down. Go lay down. My damn Instacart order pulled up. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, that was my Instacart order. All right, cool. It's all good. Let's go. Watch this again. And then there she goes. What girl? And she's right there. Like I told you, I was going to show you that she did get spiked that night. I don't know if anybody ever caught wind of this particular video. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If you did, drop the gems. If you didn't hear about the girl that was, I'm going to go give this drink to this girl over there. And then she ends up pointing to Kenneka Jenkins. And they ended up giving Kenneka Jenkins something that spiked her that night. And this is why she was so she had a lot to drink. But this is the reason why she was so woozy. And she was just completely out of there.
I'm gonna get it to that girl over there.
In September 2017, 19-year-old Jenkins went to a late-night party on the 9th floor of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. Jenkins' family became worried when they lost contact with their daughter. Jenkins arrived at the party around 1 a.m. By 2:30 a.m., her family was telling hotel staff she was missing. Nearly 24 hours later, her body was found in the freezer of the hotel's large kitchen space. The cause of death was ruled an accident caused by hypothermia, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. The autopsy report said the freezer door could be opened from the inside and offered no explanation for why Jenkins was unable to get out. The family's legal team said they believe someone outside the freezer locked the door without knowing someone was inside, according to NPR. In 2018, Jenkins' mother filed a lawsuit against the hotel seeking $50 million.
So again, the family will receive money from that's actual hush money for this case to not go any further. They didn't never want, but the family sacrificed her, and I mean, there's proof of that too. So they were never gonna pursue this, but they just took money to just be like, hey, we'll walk away and we'll never say nothing to you guys ever again, basically. Kenneka Jenkins' mother and sister laughing and smiling at the hotel the night the cops found that she was unalived. And if you see this right here, what does it look like is going on with them? Did they look like they're screaming, or did they look like they're laughing? What does it look like to y'all? Does it look like they are screaming, or does it look like they are laughing? What does it look like? Like they're panicking because she got found unalive? Does it look like they're happy? Does it look like they're acting? What do you guys get from the mom and, you know what I'm saying, the sister that night? I don't know. Some people say screaming. Some people say acting. Some people say laughing. Some people say screaming, obviously. I don't think it's very obvious. I mean, if you know like I know, that mama wasn't screaming. I'm going to tell y'all right now, that mama fake as hell. That mama's full of shit. Now, I don't give a damn what nobody say. If there's one mama we should always expose, it's Teresa fucking Martin. Fuck Teresa Martin.
Steady saying, I'm steady bumping down, I'm steady saying, knocking on the door, yeah, keep it down. Yeah, steady knocking at the door, keep it down. We'll put a towel under the door, all type of.
They told y'all put the towel under the door.
They told us put a towel under the door.
This is what the staff is telling y'all.
They called the phone, put a towel under the door.
So, hold on. So,
again, this is Zack TV interviewing the friends. Kenneka Jenkins' friends who attended the party she was at before she was found unalive explained that the hotel managers and security let them drink and burnt up and get live. They basically just let them do all the shit, and they knew that they were minors and shouldn't have been smoking and drinking, and the hotel staff was encouraging it, obviously.
I heard a similar statement as well. The staff said put the towel on the door. Like they wanted y'all to stay there. They didn't want y'all to leave.
No, they didn't want us. They pin us out. We downtown. They pin us out in the door. Yeah, we was downtown. We smoking for like an hour smoking. They put the towel under the door. Yeah.
They wanted y'all to stay there for some particular reason.
And this is Zack TV getting to the bottom of this shit. Salute to Zack TV.
It's like,
so I mean, now that you look at it, you look at it like that. Exactly.
Why don't tell you know? Go
say. Look, okay, they see. Okay, if any other
was y'all rowdy?
It was nothing to put out. Yeah, it wasn't rowdy. Motherfuckers dancing. I'm talking about like period. Okay, if you say you're going to 609, if you say you're going to 609, this crowd come in, they going to 609.
It's a party.
This crowd come in, going to 609. Damn, motherfuckers in the front desk like, hey, they don't think they. Then we already told them they smoke weed. We told them they having a party up there. They never put them out. No. And then for them, so much activity, y'all started calling us. Then once we started looking for somebody, now we ain't getting no response.
Damn.
That's fishy. Would that be fishy?
That's super fishy. Yeah. Did y'all hear about?
So again, Zack TV was getting all the juice in this. All the juice. Let's continue.
Kenneka Jenkins was found on camera at 2:24 a.m. stumbling out of the elevator. Under the influence, right? Well then, who is this? Found 10 minutes earlier on the lobby. Cameras clearly sober as a nun and leaving the hotel?
What about this video? Has anyone saw this video? Drop the gems if you have. Drop the eyeballs if you have not. Kenneka Jenkins was found on camera at 2:24 a.m. stumbling out of an elevator under the influence, right?
Kenneka Jenkins was found on camera at 2:24 a.m. stumbling out of the elevator under the influence, right? Well then, who is this? Found 10 minutes earlier on the lobby. Cameras clearly sober as a nun and leaving the hotel?
So who was that? Because 10 minutes before, at 2:14, she was in the lobby, and cameras clearly showed that she was sober and leaving the hotel. So who the hell was that? Sin said they were switching the timestamps. Salute, Sin. Yeah, they were CGI-ing this, switching the timestamps. Hotel staff did not want to give the real gems in this damn case. Let's continue, man. We got a lot.
Why would a mayor say that the nation coming together, putting clues together for this case?
Again, the mayor came out and said the Masons were coming together and putting clues together for this case. The dad was a 33rd degree Mason. The uncle was a Mason. Her family is tied into the Eastern Stars and the Masons, who ritualistically sacrificed her. This was a ritual.
Why would a mayor say that the nation coming together, putting clues together for this case, was hindering the case? Why would a mayor say something like that? With clear ties to an individual that was indicted for harvesting organs. Why would a man who has a cemetery be anywhere near the Rosemont Hotel when this stuff happened? Get back on this case and take nobody off of the carpet. All of them needs to be on the carpet. All of them got some explaining to do. Look at their behavior before, during, and after. Look at the behavior in the funeral. If you went to the service, what did you see? Why would a mayor say that
Why did the mayor say that all this shit was hindering the case? Why did the mayor stop everybody from pursuing this case? What did the mayor have invested in this? Was the mayor tied into those higher ups? And anyone who saw that funeral service, what did you observe at that funeral?
Sus activity before the viewing of Kenneka Jenkins on the night of the incident. Pay attention to red cap. Random, but notice how they look back in the direction of the other cops at the freezer. Also wanted to show that there is a lot of stuff going on at the freezer at multiple times that we conveniently can't see. But most importantly, watch Red Cap's reaction to noticing the camera. LOL. You tell me what you think. Multiple times that we conveniently can't see. But most importantly, watch Red Cap's reaction to...
Did he just wink at the damn camera,
But most
guys?
importantly, watch Red...
He winks into the camera. He knew they were watching him and winks into the camera.
Cap's reaction to noticing the camera. LOL. You tell me what you think.
That shit is creepy as fuck. What the hell was that about, guys? And why is he... Who is that to be this close to this situation? Who is that to be that close to the situation, guys? What is that about? Can anybody in the chat tell me what the hell is that about? Why is he that close to this investigation? Who the fuck would that be for you to be wandering around with while the cops are got a body right there? You know, they would tell you to get the hell away from this. This is a you know what I'm saying, a open crime scene. You can't be here. You know what I'm saying? You can't contaminate the crime scene. But you're looking into the cameras, paying attention to what the cops are going on. Everyone's looking into the freezers. You're winking into the camera like, yeah, we did it. I don't know, guys. Let's go. Let's continue.
At 2:25, we see Kenneka walking through this hall. About an hour later, Keela is seen walking the same route. Pay attention to him. Notice how he stays behind the pillar? Fact check me and go watch the footage. He doesn't move from there. Now we see two of Kenneka's friends, acting like they are looking for her. Notice how Monifa has an extra pair of shoes in her hands, and how she stops exactly where Keela is. It's like she stops and talks to him for a sec. I'd like to remind you guys that Monifa and others who attended the hotel party used to work at this hotel and could easily know where cameras are located. Now look at this. Many people say that the two friends are carrying someone or something. The girl in blue will be walking backwards in a sec. People also say they edited footage from different parts of the night and merged them together to hide certain things. A little far-fetched, but possible.
Do y'all remember this footage right here? Drop the gems if you do, drop the eyeballs if you do not.
Are located. Now look at this. Many people say that the two friends are carrying someone or something. The girl in blue will be walking backwards in a sec. People also say they edited footage from different parts of the night and merged them together to hide certain things.
See, if you look at this, what is this frame? Because if you pay attention, a split second before, she's walking frontwards, and then a split second later, she's backwards. Frontwards, backwards, frontwards, backwards, frontwards, backwards. Which is weird, right?
Edited footage from different parts of the night and merged them together to hide certain things. A little far-fetched, but possible.
Is she carrying somebody right there, gang? What the fuck is this? Like I said, this is a very eerie case, and it seems like if you're looking at frame by frame, this is impossible, right? It should be impossible for this to be happening.
YTF are Kenneka's friends running across the parking lot at 4 o'clock? And who is this we see at 4:42 hours after Kenneka walked into the freezer? Now watch this time skip. Here is Kenneka at 2:25 stumbling. The hotel cut an hour out of the footage to her friends looking for her.
This case is so fucking weird, bro. This case is so weird. So why the hell were they running across the parking lot at 4 o'clock in the morning? What was going on at 4 o'clock in the morning for them to be, and that's the direction of the freezer. And then once Kenneka goes into the freezer, 4:40, someone's walking out. What is going on here, guys? Running to the direction of the freezer, walking out of the freezer area. I don't know. What do y'all think, man? The friends are very, very sus. I can't lie. Them friends are very, very sus.
Hey guys, at 2:27 we see Kenneka clearly not sober, walking the halls of the hotel, right? Well then why do we see a good chunk of the people she was with? Leaving the party 20 minutes before this. Who was she left with? How did all of these people not see Kenneka drunk, or getting there 20 minutes before?
The friends are very sus. Barbie girl Tina's Matrix says Ratchet winking is part of the ritual. It's an extra adage for the ones involved watching to know they are part of it and to say nothing. Salute for the 5-piece. Yeah, it was a clear ritual, and you're right. Salute. Thank you for the 5-piece. Her friends walk back. The friends were doing a lot of weird shit, which lets you know they were a part of the setup as well. I don't care what no one says. I think that they all played a part in setting this girl up. You got an extra pair of shoes, and why you got an extra pair of shoes in your hand? Why you got all this weird shit going on?
Hey guys, short video. Apparently the girl in white mysteriously passed away almost the day after Kenneka. I can't find anything to prove this, but people are saying she passed in this car accident. But can anyone find out if this is true?
That just sends chills down my spine. Now, allegedly this girl right here passed away the day after Kenneka Jenkins, guys, in a car accident. If that's true, drop the gems. If that's cap, drop the caps. I don't know if anyone knows about that. If that's true, drop the gems. If that's cap, drop the caps. And we need 14 people to hit that like button. Double tap your screen and hit the like button and get the likes up to 600 likes. Let's go. I told y'all if you want justice for Kenneka, double tap that screen. We should have 1,000 likes by now. We got 1.1 in the room. Let's go. Get the likes up. Let's go, gang.
Passed away almost the day after Kenneka. I can't find anything to prove this, but people are saying she passed in this car accident. But can anyone find out if this is true?
She died on 9/11/2017. Eerie fucking case, right? A couple of those people, before they could tell what really went on in the Kenneka Jenkins case, they passed away very weird. Like, you know, I don't know. The day after Kenneka, this girl, she dies. Crazy as shit, right?
I'm gonna get us to that girl over
And they kept talking about the freezer right there. Why the fuck are those? Why would they be? I mean, obviously we know why they're talking about the freezer, but I'm just asking, like, why the fuck are they talking about a freezer right there? What's going on in the freezer?
Hey guys, I'm going to be showing some sketchy things seen on security cameras with a certain garbage bag and the people moving it.
What is going on in this garbage bag? What is it what is inside that big ass garbage bag? And this dude coming around looking like he's damn near fondling, and I don't know, this dude looks creepy as fuck. I don't know what he's doing. He's looking like he's just up to no fucking good.
Apparently this is the same bag and there is something or someone. Kenneka seen moving in it on hotel footage.
Salute to Neil Spalding for that 2-piece. Look at this. It looks like something is moving in that damn garbage bag.
Footage.
See that? Look at the garbage bag. It's like something's moving in there. Look at it again.
Apparently this is the same bag and there is something or someone. Kenneka seen moving in it on hotel footage.
Sketchy as fuck, right?
Here's screenshots of another employee dragging that bag. This footage has been intentionally hidden from the internet. The employee told police OT was trash. This bag could fit her in it though.
That was clearly Kenneka Jenkins in that bag, right? Look at that. Look at this once again. Look at this. Watch this again.
Here's screenshots of another employee dragging that bag. This footage has been intentionally hidden from the internet. The employee told police OT was trash. This bag could fit her in it though.
Let me know what you think.
Barbie Girl says, Ratchet, don't forget the mom was getting a tummy tuck while this was all going on also. Salute to you for the 5-piece. Yeah, that mom, Teresa, is sketchy as hell. You don't even hear her on the damn internet no more. Teresa done moved on with her life.
Hey guys, watch the guy in black macho from the witness statement. Go stand right behind that pillar, just like Keela did. Also wait till the end for time cut and witness statement that has been surfacing.
Is Macho that guy that was back there with the cops? It looks like him, right?
Here is the witness statement. Pause to read. I love y'all.
Again, sketchy. I told y'all this is there's so many dots that we gonna connect tonight that's gonna prove Zack TV was right all along.
This man almost solved Kenneka Jenkins' murder before he was unalived, and the hard drive that was on him that contained the information that was sent to him involving, you know, the night Kenneka Jenkins was found in that freezer at the Crown Plaza Hotel was stolen. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't even talk about this anymore, but he had a lot of basically viewers and followers because he would basically in the Chicago area, he would interview celebrities, rappers, and things of that nature. And his page was more so of like interviews, right? Now, one of his interviews happened to be with the friends that were with Kenneka Jenkins the night that she passed away. And it included, like, I want to say a couple of the guys that were around her and Irene, a couple other people as well. And in these interviews, he basically asked them a whole bunch of questions about the night that she passed. Was she acting strange? Any of that, right? And it got to the point where a lot of weird stuff came out. Yeah, he was going live and got these phone calls from people about, you know, basically not to keep looking into the case. And then he was murdered. I will never forget about him. His name was Zack, and
So again, Zack had a hard drive, and this is how I know what was in the hard drive. You see, when I started covering cases, I didn't understand, you know, a lot of people will hit you up involved in shit, right? And I'm getting chills as I'm talking about this because I know this is true. I've covered so many cases where people directly involved in the case will call you anonymous or send you random emails from a blank email, and they'll just give you a lot of information about everybody. They'll basically snitch on everybody, and they don't want to be heard from. They don't want to be known. They're just going to hit you up and tell you exactly what's going on and be like, hey, look, bro, it was so-and-so. Look, here go this, here go that. And they'll send you some information. And I get sent information in every case that I cover. People will just randomly just be connected to the streets or connected to the case or connected in some way. And they'll just hand you information. And they withhold who they are, their involvement, but they'll definitely snitch and give you a lot of shit. So what happened was Zack TV got some information from the people directly involved, and he exposed it. And he was threatening and taunting to expose it, and they ultimately they ended him.
And y'all know the people that scare me? The people that truly believe that Selena Gomez has Kenneka Jenkins' kidney. Because what in your right mind actually led you to truly believe that and truly say that? Y'all talking about her dad was the lead detective on the case and her uncle owned the restaurant at the bottom of the hotel or the freezer or whatever. Like, okay, and that means that she has her kidney. Like, where do y'all actually be thinking? Like, how do y'all actually be thinking this stuff is real? Like, so her parents gonna do all of that for a kidney, not even a heart transplant, a kidney. They gonna kill another teenager for a kidney, bro? Yes. Like, what do y'all be talking about? Like, I'm really gonna need them people that truly believe it. I need y'all to get off social media for a good 5 years, a good 5. Ooh. Cause just like that's like you let people, you believe anything somebody tell you. Like, you literally believe anything somebody tell you. Do y'all even know if her dad really is a detective and y'all just going with it? Like, cause somebody else said it. What's wrong with y'all? Like,
now, what's wrong with you for getting on the internet with your hair halfway done like that? First of all, get your fucking braids tightened up before you go. What's wrong with you? Shut your little ugly ass up, girl. Little nappy head ass. Anyway, if you know like you know, they took Kenneka Jenkins' organs just like they did Kendrick Johnson. Selena Gomez needed that night. Selena Gomez needed a kidney transplant, and she was going to end up getting out of here. And if you know, like I know, Selena Gomez is a Illuminati prospect her damn self. You don't even hear from her no more. Ever since this happened, you don't even hear from her anymore. Monifa shows in live 2020. Whatever you're sending me, come on, give me some context to what's going on because I'm live. I don't know what you just sent me, but let's continue.
They said this was the year of revealing. Selena needed a kidney and Kenneka was her match. Selena's family is on the Chicago police force. This is why her case can't be solved. Don't let them fool you saying the case is closed. Y'all remember Zack TV who was on the case? He died. What a coincidence. They lied about having the surgery with the BFF kidney. Why they feel like? I know y'all seen Selena Gomez's video Fetish. Her being in the freezer, the lyrics to the song, the construction, the cameras. Do y'all remember September 2017? Selena Gomez was really, really ill. Like, real sick. She had lupus. It traveled all around her body, y'all. Y'all, a lot of people don't survive that. Kenneka Jenkins died September 10th, 2017. And September 14th, Selena Gomez found a successful transplant? But for real though, we need answers. We're not sweeping this under the rug.
So, again, do y'all think that Selena Gomez played any part in this? Drop the gems if you do. Drop the caps if you like. Hell no, man. Y'all is reaching. Y'all reaching. Selena Gomez for it? Let me know in the chat. What are y'all thinking? Did Selena Gomez play a part? Did she get that kidney from Kenneka Jenkins? September 10th, she was very sick. September 10th, she needed a kidney transplant. She was out of here. She was dying. September 14th, they found her a kidney and she got it successful in Chicago. If you know, you know. I'm just saying, I don't know if it came from Kenneka, but I know that she found one right in that same area. Let's continue.
So social media is on fire with this conspiracy theory that Selena Gomez had Kenneka Jenkins unalive so she could get a kidney. So if you remember in 2017, Kenneka Jenkins, a Chicago native, went to a hotel for a party. Something happened and she ended up walking into a walk-in freezer at the hotel. Kenneka was in a room, she was chilling with her friends, and somehow she wandered off. She walked out the hotel room and started wandering around the hotel. A lot of people believe that Kenneka's friends that were with her that night set her up. The reason why people believe that Kenneka's friends set her up is because when they showed Kenneka walking into the hotel, she was fine, she looked coherent, but when she was wandering about a few hours later in the hotel, she looked completely out of it. Kenneka could be seen stumbling, she was bumping into the walls, she just looked like she wasn't herself. Kenneka ended up walking into the walk-in freezer where she unfortunately passed away. Now, what got social media bugging out and tripping is because Kenneka Jenkins passed away in September of 2017.
So wait, I'm gonna ask y'all one question real quick before we continue. If you want to preserve something that you need, what do you need to preserve that? Let me take a shot today because I just figured something out that made perfect sense in my head. I mean, somebody probably already thought of that before, but it just clicked in my head right now. If you needed to preserve something, especially overnight or for a few days or for whatever time you need it, what do you need to preserve that? Can y'all tell me in the chat? Freezer. Everyone's saying freezer. Ice, freezer. Take a shot with me, gang. Let's go.
When did Selena Gomez have her kidney transplant? In September of 2017. Now, everything I'm saying is alleged. I'm just sharing what the conspiracy theory is. So y'all don't be saying I made up nothing now. So they're saying that Selena Gomez's uncle owns a restaurant in the same hotel that Kenneka Jenkins passed away in. And that 4 days after Kenneka Jenkins passed away is when Selena Gomez had her transplant. Then allegedly that Selena Gomez's stepfather was the lead detective on the case. Now, one thing I do know, there is a screening process before you can have someone donate their kidney to you. Now, I know you have to do a health questionnaire, you have to do blood tests. The donor has to meet with a psychologist and an independent living donor advocate. The independent living donor advocate is responsible for making the donor understand the benefits and the risks of donating. The donor also has to meet certain criteria, being 18 years and older, having normal blood pressure, and being an ideal weight. Their kidney also has to be in great health. Then you have the surgery that they say is minimally invasive near the area where the kidney is located, and that takes about 2 to 3 hours. Of course, the donor is given anesthesia, and the donor is likely to spend 2 to 3 days in the hospital after the surgery.
Again, I'm gonna ask you another question just clicked in my head. So I know people are going to be like, well, she was inebriated. She had alcohol, so it couldn't be true. Okay, well, how long does it take for alcohol to leave the bloodstream? If you're preserving it, go. You stink. Now go over there. Go. Vasilis, move. Go. You're going to go to your cage. I'm going to put you in your cage. Go. Move. He just keep farting under my desk. All right. So how long does it take for alcohol to leave your bloodstream? How long does it take, y'all? Say a couple hours, 10 hours. It 3 days, someone said, 24 hours. So you preserve it with the freezer, let the alcohol leave the bloodstream. You get this processed in a couple days, and a couple of days later is the 14th when it happens.
So with post-surgery care, you can't lift anything heavy. Of course, you may feel some pain, tenderness, itching near the area. Of course, the donor has to do physical exams and they have to do laboratory testing. So for the first 2 years, the donor has to keep scheduled appointments with the transplant team. Now, there are 2 types of kidney donations, directed and non-directed. Directed is when the donor names someone specific for the kidney to go to. Non-directed is when the donor donates anonymously. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that this conspiracy theory could be true? Possibly that Selena Gomez did this? And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying she did. I'm not saying she didn't. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Is Selena responsible for this? Is this a Selena Gomez play? Let me know in the chat.
So now everybody's saying that Selena Gomez and Bill Murray has something to do with Kenneka Jenkins. I'm seeing a lot of videos. I even seen the Facebook post. I'm not putting it on my page, but it sounds crazy. And the reason I'm saying it sounds crazy because it makes sense, but all in all, it really don't make sense. But you know what I mean. I'm gonna be 100% honest. That Kenneka Jenkins case had me up for nights when it happened. Like I couldn't sleep because I couldn't believe that something like that could happen to somebody and nobody have any answer. Now, I don't know if y'all familiar with Zack TV, but Zack TV was a guy who almost cracked the case. Like, he sounded like he had the answers. He sounded like he knew everything that was going on, and he was going down the right track. And y'all know what happened to Zack TV, right? If you don't know what happened to him, you can search it. I'm not going to put it on here. But he's not here with us anymore because he found out some things. And let's just say whoever did whatever to Kenneka, allegedly, they ain't like that. So now with all this information that's coming out, I'm like, damn, so if they had something to do with Kenneka Jenkins, then allegedly they had something to do with Zack TV too. I don't know, man. Y'all gonna make me go down this rabbit hole. I really didn't want to. I don't really like opening those doors because, like I said, I couldn't sleep for nights thinking about what happened to her when it first happened to her. But I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm going down.
So G Money says, despite his racism, I get it. No, that's from last night's case, my bad. It says, remember, they said she was a snitch to the BDs or GDs. Well, if you know, like I know, they tried to connect Kenneka Jenkins to the gangs of Chicago, and they also tried to connect Zack TV to the gangs of Chicago. So they tried to make both of those cases seem like those were gang hits for obvious reasons. But let's continue.
This man right here almost found out what really happened to Kenneka Jenkins, and then he was suspiciously unalived. And the hard drive that contained the footage and the information of what actually happened to Kenneka Jenkins that night.
If y'all can't see it, hit the 3 dots at the top right-hand corner and remove the live chat. There's 3 dots at the top right-hand corner that you can press and then remove the live chat.
She vanished and was found in the freezer in the hotel, in the Crown Plaza Hotel in Chicago, was mysteriously stolen. This man's name was Zack, and he had a YouTube channel that he would post on and mostly would interview like rappers and musicians, things of that nature. And he took an interest in the Kenneka Jenkins case around the time it happened because he was from Chicago. Now, when Kenneka Jenkins disappeared, basically he, covered the case, and he always had a strange feeling about what really happened to her. And he felt like something was basically wrong and that the hotel was lying about the information that they were sharing with the public and even with Kenneka Jenkins' family. And he highly believed that the footage was edited. Now, he received multiple messages, phone calls, things of that nature that he would share with his viewers on YouTube and Instagram. And some of these led to him getting threats and even sometimes threats of him being unalived. One of these particular calls was from a woman, or at least it was a woman's voice. And she said, you need to stop talking about this case because basically you're getting too close to finding out what really happened to her. At this point, he had a critical piece of information that he was about to share on his channel right before he was unalived. Now, this whole situation happened, and information was stolen from his laptop, and he did not get to share this information with the public, so we'll never really know what happened. But all this basically led to the information that he had on his computer, and these men were higher ups at the hotel that Kenneka went missing at. And since then, none of this has ever been looked into basically none of this has ever been talked about since then.
I want to know. I really want to know. And I don't give a fuck what it would cost to know this, but I want to know what the fuck they took and what was on that laptop. I know Zack TV wasn't crazy enough to not have either a backup or to not notify somebody of what he found. And it's crazy that no one to this day has come forward with any information about what Zack TV found. I want to know what the fuck was on that computer. I don't want to play the music, but this is 2 hours before Whoop De Whoop. You know the timestamps are all fucked up and fugazi and this shit. They spiked their drink. Obviously, it was the friends who did that goofy shit. And CGI like a motherfucker removed frames from the video. Everything just doesn't add up, dog. Everything just doesn't add up in this case. She was being guided. And then the friends end up going down that same path. It was just weird, bro. A lot of weird shit kept happening. Looking like she was getting pulled into rooms and talked to and guided, and I feel so bad for that poor girl. You got to be careful with the friends you hang around. You got to be careful with the company that you keep. Got to. You are the people you hang around. You are the people that you hang around. And that's the price she ended up paying in the very end. And she ends up, and that's where she met her demise at, right there. Around 3:30 a.m., Jenkins' friends called her mother to say that they had lost track of her. That's crazy. That is crazy, man, how your friends will do you in the end.
The mother of a Chicago teenager who was found dead in a hotel's walk-in freezer has been granted a $10 million settlement. The teenager, Kenneka Jenkins, visited the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont.
Can everybody get the likes up to 800 likes? Double tap that screen. If you want justice for Kenneka, Zack TV, and Kendrick Johnson, double tap that screen right now. Let's go.
In September 2017. Ms. Jenkins was last seen by her friends around 2:30 a.m., leaving a room on the 9th floor of the hotel after attending a party. After it was clear that Ms. Jenkins was missing, hotel staff members assured her mother that they would check and review all security cameras and footage, but they failed to do so properly. If they had, they would have seen Ms. Jenkins enter the kitchen and would have been able to locate her, which may have prevented her death. In surveillance video footage, Ms. Jenkins was visibly disoriented, confused and lost before entering an abandoned kitchen, where she later died in the freezer. The lawsuit argued that the defendants failed to properly secure the freezer, which had been in an unattended area of the hotel, and had failed to stop the unlawful party that her daughter had attended at the hotel. The family was awarded $10 million, which included $6,000 for Ms. Jenkins's funeral and around $3.5 million for lawyers' fees.
And ultimately, they got a $6 million settlement. So it was $10 million. Had to pay $3.5 to the lawyers. You take out the $6,000 for the funeral, whatever, a little bit of expenses, and you end up with a $6 million payday. And if you go back and think about the numbers, 3 for the lawyers, 6, 3, 6. There you go, man. The numbers never lie.
Famous Autopsies Part 14, Kenneka Jenkins, trigger warning. When 19-year-old Kenneka was found frozen solid in a walk-in freezer following a hotel party in September 2017, the world was struck with the bizarre details. Police believe that there was no foul play, but her family thinks that there could be something more to this, and so do I. After studying her autopsy, I found a couple of anomalies that stand out to me.
At around 3 a.m. on September 9th, the party was winding down and Kenneka and her friends were getting ready to leave, but Kenneka was missing some belongings, so her friends returned to the room to look. When they came back a few minutes later, Kenneka was gone. At 3:25 a.m., Kenneka is seen on CCTV footage stumbling into the hotel kitchen, heading in the direction of the freezer. The footage clearly shows that Kenneka is alone. Her body was found on September 10th at 12:23 a.m. in a walk-in freezer that opens from the inside, meaning she could have opened the door to get out. Her autopsy revealed a small abrasion on her right ankle and faint contusion or bruise on her right leg. These injuries could be a result of her stumbling, but what I find strange is the fact that she had cerebral edema, which means swelling and fluid in her brain. This is an unusual finding because hypothermia usually suppresses brain swelling rather than causes it. Lowering body temperature is used as a treatment for cerebral edema. I can't say it's completely unheard of, but if possible, it's rare. There was a specific type of ulcer found on her stomach, which is a hallmark of freezing to death, so hypothermia is her cause of death. But another strange finding is that in addition to alcohol, a medication called topramate was found in her system. Kenneka doesn't have a prescription for topramate. This is an anticonvulsant, but when mixed with alcohol, it can cause significant impairment. It's because of this that there have been real cases in the past where anticonvulsants were used as date-you-know-what drugs. It's rare, but has happened. We honestly have no idea how this medication got into her system, but it is suspicious. It's possible authorities have already explored this avenue, but if somebody slipped topramate into Kenneka's drink and it was a contributing factor to her stumbling around and getting into that freezer, then that person has some culpability in her death.
So they gave her a drug mixed with the alcohol, and that's why she was so inebriated the way she was.
Oh, I done started back up, so just take this deep dive with me real quick. You're going to see why it's so important to mention Zack Stoner when you're talking about Kenneka Jenkins. Again, my name is Tink Marche. I cover a variety of topics. I speak with passion, so don't mistake that for anger. I especially cover topics that's near and dear to my heart. As I stated in my last video, in reference to Kenneka Jenkins. It has been an update. So if you haven't gotten that update, go watch the video and then come back here. This is Zack Stoner. He is a journalist out of Chicago. He had a YouTube channel by the name of Zack TV. Zack TV was very much so on his way. He was well known for his interviews with the local Chicago rappers. And then he became interested in the Kenneka Jenkins case. This is where things became a little bit strange for Zack. And to protect myself and my page or my channel, under the section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use. Purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research for entertainment purposes only. Follow along
but
with
now you saying people watching me, they watching everybody. Everybody is.
You got Snapchat and you have your Twitter account.
Right.
The person, Joel Coleman, COMM, he's the owner.
He's the owner of this social media site?
Yes.
the phone calls that Zack was receiving. He has them still posted to YouTube. And this video is timestamped on October 2017. 5 months later, roughly 5 months later, May 30th, 2018 is when Zack was unalived. Zack was found unalived in his car on May 30th, 2018. I don't want to lose anybody. As I stated, this is Zack Stoner. He was covering the Kenneka Jenkins case. He has been around the meanest and toughest parts of Chicago, interviewing rappers. Don't believe he received threats from the rappers, but the moment he decided to cover Kenneka Jenkins' case, he was hit with a whole lot of anonymous calls. Believe it or not, his unaliving may have been caught on camera. Oh yeah, we have to do a deep dive, because now my mind is racing. Was this caller telling the truth? What do y'all think?
So Zack TV was getting a lot of information about these people who own social media sites. He started finding out how connected these Chicago higher-ups really were, especially within that hotel. And if you know who the Crown Plaza was owned by, you start to put together some pieces to some stories that happened at a lot of these different hotels that the Crown Plaza was owned by. And this was something that showed that there was organ harvesting that was going on. There was a lot of human trafficking that was going on. There was a lot of trafficking that was going on. So what he was stumbling on wasn't just the Kenneka Jenkins case. And like I said, justice for Kenneka Jenkins, forever justice for Kenneka Jenkins. But this was so much bigger than Kenneka Jenkins. And Zack TV did not understand what he didn't get it. And I think that he was like me at a point. He was just covering some shit and didn't know what he was doing. And if he knew better, he would have never been outside doing the things that he was doing. I just don't think Zack knew what the fuck he was. It was so new to him, and I think that he was just overwhelmed. But at the same time, he still wanted to have a personal life. He still wanted to be interviewing rappers. He still wanted to go out to shows. He still wanted to be the celebrity of Zack TV. He didn't understand that, nigga, you are under a microscope now. You are wanted. These people want you to shut up. They want to find a way to get rid of you. This doesn't just happen to people like Zack TV. It happens to a lot of people. They've done this to me, to where the first step is they're going to try their hardest to discredit you. They're going to run smear campaigns. They're going to try to shadow whoop-de-whoop you. They're going to try to do everything they can to suppress your voice. They're going to make people turn against you. They're going to come out with a bunch of weird shit. Like I said, a big smear campaign. They turn people up against you. The next step is they're going to try to throw some bullshit in the mix. They're going to try to get you out the way with a case. They're going to do something with you and try to, you know what I'm saying, make people look at you weird with some cases and some other shit. Ultimately, if those two things don't work, or maybe sometimes they don't do one of the two, they might just, the way he was going, they probably just wanted him gone. The route he was going, he was uncovering shit way too fast. And they was like, you know what? They didn't even run a smear campaign or throw a case on him. They just got him the fuck out the way. And I think that he just didn't get that how big he was and how powerful he was. If Zack TV knew the power that he held, I don't think that he would have been doing what he was doing.
And they had her keys at this moment.
This I'm going to cover later. I'm going to get back to that. Hold on. I'm going to cover that later. I want to get to this right here.
On some troll shit. Let me, y'all want to play? I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna upload pictures since y'all want to talk. But it's not about me. This shit is bigger than me. It's not about you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than us. You understand? This case unified the world. Nigga, y'all know how many people be in my inbox and being from Yugoslavia, Africa, Ethiopia, London, Ukraine, Bosnia, literally, and all over America. Like this unified people. I never thought these many people in the world will come together over a little black girl. You understand? But that's because the world know she didn't kill herself. The world knows she just didn't die of natural causes. The world knows she was killed. And we just all trying to find justice. You know what I'm saying? So we came together for one common goal. And I salute y'all and I appreciate y'all for that. I love y'all. And definitely big shout out to Amber for letting me see her page. Owner, he ain't finna risk his fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation, $1 million hotel business for a young black girl just for her organ, so y'all could cut it with the organ trafficking and shit like that. The security. I'm not gonna tell you. I swear to God on my life, I had from a guy interview who was in the room. He smart kid. He ain't even a kid, like 20-something. He took a picture of the security guard and sent it to my phone. Like this was like, cause I was interrogating him. It wasn't just an interview. I was interrogating him. Like, if these niggas is guilty, I'm gonna make them look guilty. I'm gonna find out on camera. But it wasn't that. You understand what I'm saying? They're not guilty, but they had.
Again, the security, and Zack TV kept pressing the security, and he knew what was going on.
All my camera equipment was like taken. Monday morning, still in New York, I put a tweet out and I said, yo, Zack TV gonna take over the Kenneka Jenkins case and I'm gonna give y'all the real answers, because everybody was like, the police isn't doing anything, what the bam. So I'm like, I'm gonna take over the case. When I got back to Chicago on Monday night, like Tuesday morning, my house was broken into. All my camera equipment was like taken and shit like that. The laptop, everything was taken. And a lot of people was like, yo, and this shit never happened before. Like, I deal with this shit all the time. I go out of town every fucking week. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people was like, yo, somebody broke in your house because you said you was gonna take the case or whatever. Then I started receiving all type of death threats, emails, calls. Like I did a live talking about it. It's just like at probably 50K. Somebody was like, yo, stay with the rappers. Don't stick your nose in other people's business. All type of shit. And I'm like, yo, she's a young black girl.
Again, he started getting death threats. He started getting emails, phone calls. Zack, leave this alone. Zack, stay away. The woman kept calling his phone, letting him know, look, bro, you're stepping into muddy fucking waters, and I don't think you really get this. not only are you exposing Kenneka Jenkins, you are exposing the higher ups movements. They want to go undetected. You are fucking up their money. If you expose what really went on with Kenneka, game over for them, and you fucking up their money, and you're stepping into not even a billion, billions of dollars a year play. These people, what do you think that harvesting does? And we're not just talking organs. We're talking humans. We're talking children. We're talking sex. We're talking drugs. We're talking hotels are some of the biggest traffickers in the world. And you're talking about a high-end hotel. Do you not realize what the day-to-day going-ins of a hotel or a motel? You think Motel 6 is just a cheap motel? No, that's a cheap way to traffic people and traffic drugs and the traffic period. Do you not realize every motel or hotel you go into, you're staying there to spend the night and have blank, you might just take a little shorty in there, or girls, you might just be going there to get some pipe. You thinking that this is what everyone's doing. No. There are children, there are women, there are humans, there are organs, there are drugs. There are so many things that are being trafficked through and throughout this damn hotel, underneath and above and on every floor. You don't see it. You don't hear about it, but it's going on. And that's what he was stumbling on. Zack TV just didn't realize it till it was way too late. Cheers.
None of it.
Okay. Wow. So you're basically saying this is deeper than what we know, and we should all fall back.
Step back.
Step back. Don't talk about it no more.
Don't do it.
Okay. I don't know. At first, I thought this was some bullshit. Like, who the fuck is calling my phone? This is my business phone too, and I'm like, who calling? And then you saying a lot of shit that kind of, like, you know what I'm saying, is kind of shaking me up. Like, step back. A lot of people told me fall back from this case, finish fucking with rappers and shit. But now you saying people watching me, they watching everybody is.
See, you got Snapchat and you have your Twitter account.
And she's telling them everything going on right now. The woman was being so on point. Y'all, we need 20 people to double tap that screen and get us to 800 likes. Come on, y'all. Can we get to 1,000 likes tonight? Come on, y'all. Let's go. We $50 away from $200. Come on, man. Where's the support at? Either double tap that screen or send a damn super chat. Let me know you here fucking with me. Let's go.
Right.
The person, Joel Coleman, COMM, he's the owner.
He's the owner of this social media site?
Yes.
So is that the guy that's hold up. In the video, it's the coroner and it's the young guy and he put something in his jacket. Who is that guy?
The coroner is related to the hotel manager.
What? This shit getting...
With an award, he's getting an award from one of the companies that harvest bodies in Chicago.
Listen to this again, y'all.
Wow.
The coroner
is that everybody is...
See, you got Snapchat and you have your Twitter account.
Right.
But see what she's telling him. Let me stop right there. When she's telling him you got a Snapchat and a Twitter account, what is she really telling him right there? I understand clearly what she's saying to him. Can y'all tell me in the chat, what was she telling him by saying you got a Snapchat and a Twitter account? Can y'all tell me what exactly she was telling him right there? I want to wait till someone says it. Thank you, Binky, for that 5-piece. Binky says, I mess with you, Ratchet, in the bushes. You ain't got to be in no bushes, Binky. Pop your ass out. Let's go, Binky. They tracking him. Boom. There you go. They watching all of us. We are watching you. He is being watched. He's being monitored. Tracking. We watching you everywhere. They can see everything he's doing. They're watching him. She had his info. See, me, there's a difference between me and Zack TV. See, everyone's like, Ratchet, you're going to be the next Zack TV. Ratchet, they going to Zack TV you. See, Ratchet TV understands. When people tell me, hey, Ratchet, bro, be careful. Don't answer your phone. They already know where I'm at. That's what I tell people, nigga, they know who I am. They know where I'm at. These people are watching my every fucking move. I believe someone watches me wherever the fuck I go. I believe somebody obviously they know exactly where I live. They know who I'm related to. They know my phone number. They know my email addresses. They track me. I know this. There's nothing that y'all can warn me about. I'm not stupid, dumb, or slow. I realize I am one of the most watched people that they try to suppress and shut up. They've tried to shut me up too many times, and they keep warning me, bro, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. We keep tapping you, we watching you. And I know that I'm being watched. I know I'm being tracked. I know that everybody got eyes on me. That's the difference between me and Zack TV. She's telling them, I already knew it.
Person Joel Coleman, COMM, he's the owner.
He's the owner of this social media site?
Yes. Yes.
So is that the guy? Is that the guy that's in it? That's hold up in the video.
He's not getting it.
It's the coroner and it's the young guy, and he put something in his jacket. Who is that guy?
The coroner is related to the hotel manager.
What?
Like she's telling you, bro, you're stepping on everyone's toes right now. The coroner is connected in with this. The mayor knows about all this, and the mayor can't move a muscle. He's connected. These people that you are going at, they not only are running the hotel, they own social media sites. They know where you are. They know who you're connected to. They're watching you. Fam, you are stumbling upon organ trafficking. You're stumbling upon trafficking. This hotel cannot get exposed for this. You need to stop. Walk the fuck away before they kill you. That's what she was telling them.
This shit getting...
With an award, he's getting an award from one of the companies that harvest bodies in Chicago.
Wow. Hey, can I ask you, what's your name again, ma'am? Tanya. I'm gonna say this. I received literally probably like 7 to 8 other anonymous phone calls with people threatening me and saying, leave this fucking case alone, you nigger. This have nothing to do with you. You're putting your nose in other people's business. And now and everybody's been calling private except one number. It was a number that I couldn't call back. You know, it was like a 15 digit number.
If you know, I got those same calls. I got those same weird numbers. I got numbers that when I would call them back, they would say, this number you're calling does not exist. I'm serious. I would be on live. If you know, some people just think I make up everything, but those are the people that are sent to discredit me. And that's the point. As long as I'm discredited by so many people, I'm not as big of a threat. If everyone believed everything I said, I would be a Zack TV. So it's kind of good that a lot of people just say, all RatchetTV does is lie. He's a big fucking liar. All he makes up everything. And people are like, yeah, he is a fucking liar. Fuck him. We don't watch him. So they know that he's not that big of a threat because so many people hate him. Like I'm hated by so many people. So it doesn't make me as big of a threat as a Zack TV, but I'm more powerful than Zack TV, if that makes sense. So I've gotten these same phone calls. I've been on live and people have called me and threatened me. Literally, I've gotten threats to my phone. I pick up the phone and people are threatening me and you could hear it on the live and people are sending me text messages. And when I call the number back, it'll say this number does not exist. You like, what the fuck? I've even had Jay-Z's numbers. I don't know if it was spoofed or whatever, but I've had numbers connected right back to Jay-Z's lawyers while I'm on live. They're calling in. They've hacked into my Wi-Fi. I've had weird shit happen, bro.
Telling me, shut the fuck up, never to release the footage that I have, never to talk about it, so I don't even post about it. But now you know what I'm saying, you're shaking me up. I think that everybody just giving me warnings to just drop it, you know?
Yes.
Wow.
Zack, for your safety, I would say yes, step back, baby.
Okay.
Step back.
Okay.
Because if the mama really wants to find out what's up with her baby,
she would have. And she knew, because the mama got those same phone calls, Zach. That mama knew exactly what the fuck was going on.
For number 2, Kenneka's death did not occur in the hotel. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Let me get this out of here. Let me say this. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Kenneka died in a... Kenneka died downstairs. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. So, like, people say, oh, she might die in the house, yo, he say free Savage, free my little brother, free Savage. Kenneka, I saw a motherfucker saying like, yo, she died upstairs and they carry her down. And no, her friends did not have anything to do with her death. You understand what I'm saying? Even after I reviewed the tapes, because I said, yo, I saw the dude that I interviewed, I saw him walking in the hallway. You understand? I had to put 2 and 2 together. You understand? But Shorty ain't had nothing to do with this shit. Remember I said Irene and Monifa didn't have anything to do with that. They ain't that smart to drug her and all that other shit. She did not die in room 926.
He knew it. Zack TV knew that the friends, as easy as it was to blame the friends, they didn't do it.
He wasn't down there with her. But y'all know who was down there with her? Security. When you're in a building like that, you got to think, how do you get access? Who have access to unrestricted areas? Security. Who know the building more than anybody else in that motherfucker? Security. You know, oh, Kenneka was left in the hallway by herself. Kenneka was in the hallway. Look, I want y'all to really go to Periscope and download the app Periscope. It's a lady on there named Epistit or whatever. That's the lady that purchased all 36 hours of the footage from Rosemont Hotel. How the fuck did she bad? You gotta think about that. Who the fuck is she the bad? What do we, like, how are you more, like, special than us that you get the baddest footage? Who are you? Where are you from? Are you from the hotel? Did they hire you? Did they want you to put it out? Why did you put out this footage after her funeral? Why? Why wasn't this funeral released right before Kenneka, you know what I'm saying, funeral, when her mother and Lenore was up there asking where the footage at? When they initially went to the hotel, it was asking where the footage at? Why didn't you put it up there? It's a lot of shit y'all gotta think about.
Zack TV put it all together, bro. And like you said, who the fuck is this lady and how is she able to just purchase this information? And how does she know about this information that the family couldn't get?
really 4 within the same week. Now, I looked deeper into the person. Now, there's a site on Mike's, what is his name, Mike?
First up, who is Mike? Where you get Mike from?
He is the one that, hold on, I got it down. Is it Mike Laurie?
I'm saying, like, was Mike in the kitchen? Was Mike?
Look at it. You need to take this information down and look at it.
I'm saying, was Mike? Was Mike? Who?
This person, this white guy that I'm talking about, is a president.
Okay.
A big company, which is Intel.
Okay.
And he owns, what is it? Is it IBM? He owns IBM. But he's over Snapchat and he's over.
Okay, but tell me this. Like, what does this have to do with Kenneka?
Because they're joking about it. They were there.
Hold up. He was there, like, at the time of the crime or what?
Right.
Are you, hold on. How sure How sure are you that he was there?
I've been reviewing him.
Okay, so I want to say this before we continue. To the people watching with information that I know you got, my contact information is right there, and I want to know what Zack TV knew. It's bothering me that I just really want to know what he knew. Double tap that screen and get the likes up, man, for Zack TV, for Kenneka Jenkins, for Kendrick Johnson. When we get to that portion, I gotta know. I really want to know.
Pictures all there today. These people, those white people that walked into the building,
Right.
the luggage and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. They're from what do you call it?
He what?
Where they come and get body parts.
Okay.
She's telling them about the organs that came to get the body parts.
Okay. The guy in the stripy shirt has a stripy shirt on and a picture from the company that he works with in Chicago. Organ donors.
Organ donors. And who needed an organ that night? I'm just saying, bro, the pieces of the puzzle were put together. Zack TV really, I don't need that one right now. Zack TV put it all together right there.
And they had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys. And they never mentioned that they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear other friend state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked him, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right. So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with their friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for it at first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out that
Yes, they
night?
were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick them out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was
Is that the same voice from the phone, guys?
Okay, the friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter Kenneka alive? What's their last reaction and interaction with Kenneka?
Well, they stated to me it was because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kenneka.
Right. Now, but did they say how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like 2 different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door. So
they changed where they saw her last.
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kenneka.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything with that. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her.
How are you answering the questions for her? Would you shut the hell up for a second and let her answer the damn questions? You just told her no, we didn't see it. Okay, no. So no. He asked her a clear question. Was there anybody else in the elevator? And you're answering it for her. Would you shut the fuck up for a second and let her answer it?
So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
Well, once I arrive, They finally found her after the third time of us coming in, me and my family coming up to the hotel begging for help from the.
So let's continue on with Mother Teresa. Let's take a shot while we're at it, guys. Salute. Cheers to the gang. Cheers to the gang.
An employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know who?
You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kenneka while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first, because I asked them, and I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't, conscious enough.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, LaTanya, thank you for that 20 piece on Cash App. Mary, thank you for the 5 piece on Cash App. Valerie, thank you for the 10 piece on Cash App. Salute, salute, salute.
Like I was like out of my mind or whatever.
Right.
And I stated, because I had made a post on Facebook before that, when I was in search of Kenneka, that I needed help. If somebody see my daughter, to inform me,
Do you guys think that the mom was involved, or do you think the mom was guilty, or do you think the mom is innocent? If you think the mom was involved, drop the gems. If you think the mom is innocent, drop the caps. If you think the mom was involved in this, gems. If you think she's innocent, caps. Also, double tap that screen. We're almost to 1,000 likes, y'all. Come on. We need 30 people to get us up to 900 likes, and we $45 away from $200. Let's go. Support, support, support.
Oh, and after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel, and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective, how was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side, and I said, was she laying? How was her legs? Was they curved? Curved? Like in a fetal position? Yes. He said no, they were straight. I said okay. Next question: can I see my daughter? How she died? How she laid in the freezer? As I wanted to see her. He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can write his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number. So then he said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go, he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go, hours later. 5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me and states, only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed, and I could bring one more other person with me. That's when they allowed me. They walked us back there. They said, wait, this is a crime scene. You are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and don't touch anything. And they watched us as if we was there. Like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you see your daughter in the freezer. Now, to bring up to date.
I'm sorry. No, at this time, they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them. Yes, they removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours or plus later, later, rounding it off, Kenneka was laying on a stretcher in a white body
Thank you, Nails by Felicia, for that 10 piece on Cash App. Salute, salute, salute.
bag already.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well that there was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal look.
That's what they
no
said.
No signs of sexual harassment or anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the
Thank you, Marty G, for that 5 piece on Cash App. Salute.
video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel and she needed help. And, she at a hotel, a 5-star hotel.
Right.
I know it was surveillance. just like on each floor, they might not have cameras all through the hotel, but entering and exiting the elevator, there are cameras.
But it is her on the camera because, like I said, so many conspiracy theories. Some people said that's not even her on the video. You do believe it was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe they're saying that one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator, that's her last time being shown on videotape? So do you believe she could have just literally walked in there and got locked into the freezer? And what they're saying to be true is she got locked into the freezer and she died because of the coldness. Do you think that could be true?
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today to guess it. It was the camera. As we went in there, if you could look at the video, me and my daughter, which is some of the parts what we did, as we went in there, I'm looking at my daughter, and I looked in her face. She had a disgusted look on her face. That's an angry look, or somebody agitating her, this type of look. So I'm looking, and then I asked them, I said, can I see the freezer? Because I work in the cafeteria. So you can't tell me that she walked in this freezer and couldn't get out, because of our freezers. And not only that, me working within the CPS, cafeterias, before, every freezer has a release button or some type of handle, whereas you can't get locked in this freezer unless you've been locked on the outside. You get locked in from the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
To do it, right.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
There's no way she could lock herself in by herself.
Exactly. So once entering.
So what are you guys thinking about the mom on this interview? And have you guys seen this interview before? Let me know in the chat. Gems if you have eyeballs if you have not. Gems if you have, eyeballs if you have not. And what do you think about the mom's body language on this interview?
And I see the freezer. Now, the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer. Mm-hmm. This is before I told him I worked within the cafeteria.
Right.
She walked in the freezer, and when she walked in the freezer, she walked in. He never mentioned it was a double freezer. Walked in the freezer, closed the door behind herself, and just froze to death.
Right.
So, I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I said, so she couldn't get out? He said, no, she couldn't get out. Because once you locked in, you locked in.
Right. But he doesn't know what you know about freezers at that time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Did you go into the actual freezer that your daughter was in? Did you try to see what your the theory, how you can get out of it if you're in that particular freezer?
Okay, well, I'll tell you like this. We wasn't never to actually go inside their freezer, but they had both of the doors open. I asked him when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said, yes, but on our way back there, if you can see in the video, I'm pointing my finger. I'm looking for cameras. I'm looking for cameras because that's my purpose, because you can't tell me this happened with no camera in around, and every time I point, I see a camera. Except when we go by the freezer, that's blocked off, which it was a camera above that freezer. And, okay, we're going to go back to that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. When I go back to the freezer, they had both of the doors open, and I'm like, here go a glow-in-the-dark plastic release button, big white glow-in-the-dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said, the detective said, yes. And the sergeant standing back there with us as well. As I said, we were being watched as if we're the criminal, right. we did this to my daughter, as if we was going to get arrested. So he stated, I asked him with the other freezer, the second door. I said, is this a release button? Big white button. Maybe, as they say, you couldn't see, but it was lightning in the freezer. And only thing we saw on the floor was a big piece of ice made in a triangle. Wow. And I'm like, okay. I said, so that's when I stated, I work in the cafeteria. I've been working there for 7 years. I say, there shouldn't have been.
So what are you guys thinking about the body language from Teresa on this interview, guys? Let me know in the chat.
It's open. And I'm like, here go a glow-in-the-dark plastic release button, big white glow-in-the-dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said,
he doesn't understand.
So where are you now as far as what it is that you want to see? They've closed the case.
Thank you, Denise Williams, for that 5 pieces. Ratchet TV, you are the truth. I appreciate you, Denise. Salute, salute, salute. We are 100 likes away from 1,000. Double tap the screen to get the likes up. We are $40 away from 200. $40? So I know we're going to get that tonight. Double tap the screen to get the likes up. If you want to support, send a super chat. Let's go.
Officially. I know that you guys are not happy about that and you want to continue the investigation. So what do you want to see happen? Where do you see this going from here? Are you trying to get more people to come in and reopen the case? What is it that you want to do?
Yes, I would love for the FBI to come in. The reason why I said that, they stated it wasn't.
And I'm going to tell you, so you was begging for the FBI to get on this case, but you took a settlement and shut up. So I feel a little iffy about this part because you were so involved and you had so many questions, but we don't even hear from you anymore. And the case is closed now because you took the settlement. You should have stepped forever for your daughter. I wouldn't have, $10 million is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but nah, it's not enough. There's no amount of money that could take that pain away. There's no settlement that we can reach. No, I want answers. You give me answers, then we take a settlement. I want to sue everybody, and that ain't enough. Let's do $100 million settlement, and I want to take this whole organization down. How about that? That's what I'm talking about. There ain't enough money that they could pay to take that pain away and to give you your justice. You should have got real justice. Lady Nye, thank you for that 20-piece. We $20 away. Thank you so much, Lady Nye, for that 20-piece McNugget. Salute.
It was a natural cause before any medical examiner or anything. So the Rosemont Police Department knew this would happen with no professionals. You know, they said it wasn't no sexual harassment or assault or whatever.
An assaulted section.
Right. Exactly. But how is that? From looking at the pictures, obviously you'll see that it was something going on. At least, with that, if you would have just saw it without being a professional doctor or whatever, examiner or whatever, first thought would have been them being professional cops. Hey, it's something had to go on. And then to come to find out, after all that, at the closing meeting, my daughter asked them, did you all take fingerprints? And they said no. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Dust the body, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I work in the cafeteria once, as I mentioned. And in the cafeteria, you got to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
Salute to Jackie RN for that 20-piece McNugget. I appreciate you, Jackie. Also, salute to Jackie for that 50-piece McNugget. She just dropped off a 70-piece. Jackie over here cooking tonight. Salute, Jackie. I appreciate you. Salute to Barbie girl Tina's Matrix for that 5-piece. She says, right, Ratchet, you can't put a price on not knowing what happened to your child. She knows. Do y'all feel like she knows what happened? Drop the gems if you feel like she knows. Drop the caps if you feel like she still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's sanitation,
So, question. Well, two things. One is because the Rosemont police did actually turn down, because the FBI, didn't the FBI at one time make an offer?
If they were reached out for assistance.
And so Rosemont turned that down, correct? They didn't want to have anything to do with the FBI coming in.
Allegedly
on the case. Secondly, was the question ever presented to the people of the hotel? Why was this freezer even still in operation if it wasn't being used? Like, because I'm under
the kitchen was supposed to be closed.
I'm under understanding that kitchen was closed and that stuff wasn't even being used. So why even have it on? Because then if she goes in there, she's just inside a room. She's not inside a freezing room. Did that ever come up in conversations with the hotel?
No, I never found out about this freezer wasn't working or none of that until after the fact. I'm hearing it from the media or whatever, and my attorney as well, after
she's gone. Right,
she's gone.
Right.
And then at the meeting, the sergeant said they'd had numerous of murders, deaths or whatever, however he named it. Don't quote me. He said, but this is the first time we ever had to deal with an attorney. And rolled his eyes at me like, how could you be mad at me when I'm the one taking the loss? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where do you...
you was doing something
Exactly.
Right. If nothing else, people should have been treating you with compassion.
Exactly.
If nothing else.
And with her cell phone, they did ask me twice for her phone. And you know why? I was afraid to go back up there because the next day I asked the detective when he called my phone and when he was asking me about her phone and to come up there, come back to the Rosemont Police Department to come up there, and I was not going by myself because I knew I needed some help.
Right.
Yeah.
The hotel offered to pay for Kenneka's funeral. Did you accept their offer?
Okay. They offered to pay for her funeral.
Yes.
You know why I did not accept? I refused. Because even though they offered to pay for it, they never once gave me their condolences. Well, of course, they probably did after I made initial clues to Facebook and the media. You know, how could you offer to pay? You.
But I thought you did take the money, though. I thought she did take the money, though. $6,000, correct?
You all don't care. It's
Cheers.
not about money. It's not about money. That's why I reached out to the world, you know, for help. And I'm still asking for help because something's just not right.
But you're not asking for help anymore. You gave up.
I want to bring up some of the activists. Actually, how I got in contact with you was via Andrew Holmes. He's the one that gave me your number, and we actually talked the night prior to when the videos were released. And I know you were upset with him because what happened with that? Did he have the right to go? Because he was the first person to talk about the videotapes. Did he have that right from you to do that?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, Andrew Holmes just popped up from nowhere. He stated to me, I asked him when he called my phone, who gave you my number? Who is you? He stated that he was somebody because I'm asking for help.
Right.
So I'm figuring, you know, he coming to help me. And he stated to me that he was from Chicago Police Department. He's a special investigator, and he's going to get me answers. So,
special investigator?
Yeah, that's what he stated to me.
So you were misled.
Something is just very off with her. I'm sorry. Something is just too off. And then who are you that's just sitting there and just not saying a fucking word?
Yes, I was misled.
Sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. So
do you have any communication with him now or no?
No. No.
Okay.
There's no need.
Right.
I know other activists, I know from Facebook you accused of them raising money without your knowledge all the way for the protest.
Yes.
So what was that situation? Because they were saying that, you know, money's necessary if someone gets arrested and for the buses, and that they explained that to you and you were okay if they got money to take care of those situations.
Listen, let me tell you something. I didn't know my purpose of being out there. I thank God for everybody, whichever way they did.
And to Summer, that's a little kid. I don't give a damn who it is. If you ain't got nothing to say, get the hell out the damn interview. The fuck? I don't give a fuck who it is. If you're a little kid, you shouldn't even be in the interview anyway. So if it ain't a little kid, then talk. What's going on? Say something. Shit. Fuck. I'm trying to make sense of that shit. You just sitting there like a bump on the log. Get your ass out the interview then.
I asked for help. When you ask for help, you can't direct the help, which way this help going to go. But
salute to the certified one for that gifted membership.
As far as them collecting money, I never knew about it until I made a status. I wish I would have known. I would have actually wrote down a date. See, like I said, I did timing again. And I went on Facebook to let people know that I did not know, it was, when they collected their money, I was not aware of it.
Okay. 2
days later, I don't know how many days. When I found out, the day I found out, they stated to me that they're going to give me a ledger and before we leave the protest that day. And I'm like, honestly, I'm like, okay, what is this? And they stated to me that it was funds that they had collected because of the protest, And I'm like, oh, okay. They said, what do you want to do? They asked me what I want to do with it. I said, well, if you all collected for the protest, save it. And it was some people got locked up, and they was like, they was like, somebody got locked up. I said, well, go bond it out. Don't y'all have that money? I didn't want to touch it because if they collected if that's what they was doing, then I'm a firm believer. If this is what you're doing, for whatever reason, y'all decide to collect it.
What the hell are you talking about, lady? I don't know. Am I the only one that just is suspicious of the mom, or y'all thinking the mom is just, some people think the mom is just sweet and innocent. Me personally, I know you're an Eastern Star. I know your husband is now, after the death of Kenneka Jenkins, a 33rd degree Mason. I know you got Masons running all throughout your family. And I know that this is a Masonic ritual. Sorry, not sorry.
About money. And it was people that got bond out, they had to pay out of their own things. And I'm not the victim. My daughter was the victim. But don't try to put me a part of that because I don't believe in using people.
And I think that's the question. Kendrick spoke on it, but I think some of the other activists that are out here, if you've had direct contact with them, or if you haven't, what would be your, what would be the overall message to them right now? Because I understand where you stand, but what would be the overall message to them? Because sometimes I feel that they can do more harm than help in this situation.
Exactly.
So what when you sit up, if you had one message that you want to,
everyone in the chat, tell me, what are your thoughts on the mom right now, though? Listening to this after so much time, just going back, and after we just went over everything we just went over, now listening to this, what are your initial thoughts?
Say to them, what would it be?
My message to them is stop taking advantage. And if they haven't took advantage of nobody, then don't do it. Especially when a time of need, when someone is begging and grieving, don't take advantage of them. Do what's right, and stop using God's name in vain. Because you could trick a whole lot of people with the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I never met none of the activists, besides Mark. I knew him, from the neighborhood.
Right.
Personally, none of the activists. So they're coming out and they're introducing themselves. Well, of course, they make it seem as if they're here to help you. And all along, everybody's out for the same purpose. Well, I'm not going to say everybody, but the ones that fall into that category.
Right.
And it's sad.
It's such a devastating story. So at this moment, and just to pick off what Kyle said,
and if you listen to her when she gets kind of worked up, she sounds like the lady who was calling Zack TV. The more she puts her voice higher, and she kind of, that tone gives the same cadence as the one who calls Zack TV.
Because the photos came out publicly. Was that your first time seeing the photos too?
Well, they showed us 4 of the photos when she was in the freezer. And
listen, that's for the photo. That's the same voice that called Zack TV. Just listen.
Came out publicly. Was that your first time seeing the photos too?
Well, they showed us 4 of the photos when she was in the freezer, and one of the photos, the 5th photo, that was like a picture of her when she's walking in the through the lobby. You know.
Well, when I saw the photos on last weekend, I was heartbroken because my mom passed. And I have photos when my mother died, but obviously they're not public. I never want them to be public. And I was like, this story has become so transparent that all these photos and your daughter's last final hours we get to see. And I was just like, it's sad to me, because at the end of the day, this is a public story and we all need answers. But then you are also a mother, and this is your child. And do we really want to have the world see your child at her last moments? It's just difficult. So we all feel for you. We all feel for you, because to go through any loss is terrible. To go through it in front of the public eye is unimaginable.
Exactly.
So from the city of Chicago, so you do not agree with the simple story of your daughter walking into the freezer and freezing to death. That is not acceptable to you.
That's not acceptable.
Okay.
Especially when it was cameras that should have showed not only besides the back of her, but the front of her as well. It was a camera directly over this freezer.
They haven't showed us images of that.
I know. At the meeting, the closing of the meeting, I asked the detective and also as well as the sergeant. And the sergeant said aggressively, there wasn't no camera. So I guess the camera disappeared too.
Right. Because all the images we've seen are her walking through the kitchen, but then she disappears. And we don't see her actually walk into the freezer. But you're saying there was definitely a camera there.
It was definitely a camera there.
What about the statement? Because there was a lot of controversy about whether or not Andrew Holmes actually said, we see on the camera her walk into the freezer and the door closed behind her. I was one of the people that said, I know I heard him say that. But then when I went back and I tried to find the transcripts, I couldn't find it.
Andrew Holmes called my phone. I had just got out of, I'm still.
Right. I don't give a fuck what no one says. If you listen when she gets calm and when she raises her voice, that cadence is the same cadence that calls Zack TV.
My phone.
But then when I went back and I tried to find the transcript, I couldn't
that's
find
the same cadence.
Andrew Holmes called my phone. I had just got out of, I'm still a little sedated from my surgery, because I had an infection, And he stated to me on the phone,
that is the same fucking voice. I don't give a fuck what no one tells me. That's who calls Zack TV.
Which I made a live of that too. He said early that day, and I was so distraught because I'm like, did you see the camera? He said he saw her.
That's the same voice that called my phone, let alone Zack TV. That's the same voice that called my phone.
He saw the camera of her walking into this freezer.
Physically walking into the freezer.
walking into
I
the
swear
freezer.
I heard him say that. Yeah.
And I asked, and I said, for real? He said, yeah. Because they was trying to get me to come down there by myself. I said, no, I'm not going to come down there. I want my attorney.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not coming because I was afraid.
Right.
If they doing all this lying from the beginning, what makes me think they won't try to do something to me? So I said, okay. He told me to get on. He said, what you should do is get on live and make a live and tell them that you saw the camera of Kenneka walking into the freezer.
Salute to Barbie Girl says, at some point, the mother should have moments. At some point, the mother should have moments where she has to gather herself, maybe even hold back a tear or two. I've seen none of this in the interview. Yeah, she just straight-faced the whole damn time. She just straight-faced the whole damn time.
I said, okay. He said, because the hotel is not making no money. They want us to stop this. They want us to stop. They want it to stop. Saying the Hotel Crown Plaza want us to end it. I said, okay. You know, the protest.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. So I thought about it, you know, with me just hurting. I lost my door.
Wait, there's nothing to think about. Fuck that hotel. What the fuck you mean stop the protest, man? They could suck my. I would have went up to the hotel and ran fades with every staff member on that motherfucker that was a male. Every grown male staff member would have got fades. Everybody bring your bitch ass outside. Clock out and come outside. I'll be waiting. If you ain't coming out, I'll wait till you clock out. Y'all want to call the laws on me? What the fuck you mean stop my protest? I would have ran fades with everybody in that goddamn building.
I'm just getting over cancer, lost my daughter, and then I have a person I'm being portrayed, stating as if they're for me, they're gonna get answers. Then you give me these type of answers, but without me even seeing a video.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're a complete stranger. You popped up from nowhere.
Right.
You want me to, but I don't believe your words either, because even though the Bible tells you watch as well as pray. So you mean to tell me I'm going to listen to your words and do exactly as you say?
Not having seen it for yourself.
Not having seen it for
You're
myself.
saying he just wanted you to say what he told you.
If that's the fact, me just want to listen to words. I would have listened to the Rosemont Police Department when they stated my daughter just walked in there with no type of exit way, no way to get out this freezer.
Right.
I'm not listening to words. Show me. Right.
So
when
as
it was cameras.
So as a follow-up to that, I just want to ask you, since you obviously don't believe the narrative that they gave you, what do you believe actually happened? Do you have are you saying I'm still looking for information, or this is what I believe happened? Do you have something that you believe happened?
Hey,
I believe that it's a cover-up. I believe I'm still looking for answers. They can't see if I wouldn't have never saw these cameras that could have showed me exactly what they're saying to me. I'm not denying nothing, but show me. That's all I asked them in the first place.
So the autopsy report says that she wasn't violated. You don't believe the autopsy report?
No.
Okay.
They didn't see any signs of violations.
Oh, okay.
You know, no. Because from the pictures, what do you think?
The pictures did. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I saw the pictures, because her shoe was off, like she was scratched, it looked like something happened to her. But then when we looked more, was it hypothermia?
The definition of hypothermia, and in the last stages is hypothermia. It feels like your body's burning. People try to take off their clothes, and you actually kind of go insane, for lack of a better term. Could do anything from viciously scratching yourself, hitting your head up against walls, or whatever. So when we read the definition of hypothermia and the symptoms and the stages of it.
And within that definition, it also states that they're normally, the average person is normally found naked, right?
Mm-hmm. Completely naked.
Completely naked.
So again, the mama's shit just a little bit, a lot of sus. I ain't gonna lie. That's the Kenneka Jenkins update for us. Are y'all ready for Kendrick Johnson, which gets even more sinister, even more weird? This is another one that kind of spooked the living shit out of me. Kenneka Jenkins and her mom, I just want to know from you, since you were so vocal about wanting answers and you said you wasn't taking money, why did you take the money and stop looking for answers? I'm going to say that again. You were vocal about not taking money and seeking answers, but yet you took money and stopped seeking answers. Let that sink in. So for everybody who's talking shit and saying what you're saying, I'm going to say that one more time. You were vocal about not accepting money and seeking answers, but you accepted money and stopped seeking answers. Crazy shit, right?
Hey everyone. I am using a filter today, basically because I am in Kentucky and we have had a little bit of snow. It is starting to melt off, but I thought I would take advantage of the snow and basically I'm still in my pajamas, but I wanted to hop on here and basically give you guys some information because today has been year 12 since they found Kendrick Johnson. That name used to be in the media a lot more than what it has been in a little while. Kendrick Johnson was 17 years old at the time that they found him. I'm not used to doing a lot of these videos, so I am going to do my best not to say stuff that will make TikTok mad. For those of you that don't know who he is, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you do a little bit of research. Honestly, just a simple Google of his name will pull up a lot of information that you might find incredibly helpful. Another thing that may interest you is watching a documentary that they made on the whole case. And it was basically, it goes over all of the evidence that shows that what happened to this young man was not an accident. They tried to play it off as an accident, that it was an accidental death. But looking at forensics and how things work, there's no way that that's possible. Some people that might view this video don't know my background. Yes, I am just a massage therapist. I am a Reiki master. I do energy healing, and I'm a sensitive empath, all of that stuff. But I also went back to school. I went back to school because my best friend's daughter went missing. And so I started studying criminal justice and the legal system, as well as, since I had already had a good part of my stuff under psych, I decided that with my criminal justice, I was doing a focus on forensic psych. So that's a little bit about my background and why these cases are important to me. The documentary will give you guys basically all the information that you're not necessarily able to see in a Google search. But you have to take the time to watch. Over the years, there has been so many cases that are not only similar to what happened to Mr. Johnson, but the amount of missing persons that are not getting the attention that they need has increased dramatically. That includes African American. That includes the indigenous community, as well as women that don't fit what people consider to be high profile or important cases.
And this is one of those cases that they completely, and I do mean completely, swept under the rug. Kendrick Johnson got did so fucking bad. And this is another case that where it happened that the people were connected into the higher ups. The FBI was connected into this. The police, law enforcement was connected into this. The school was connected into this. The evidence was suppressed. They got rid of footage the same as Kenneka Jenkins.
Whether they are white or not. There's a lot of white women that, because of previous drug use or
oh yeah, and organ harvesting was in this case too.
Previous choices in their professions that get written off, and that is not fair. Every human being that is unalived, that is missing, and most likely has been unalived, deserves to get justice. No matter what their color is, no matter what their religious beliefs are, no matter what their sexual identity is, they all need to have the same amount of respect given towards them as everybody else. And that does not always happen in the media because it's not always good coverage. I'm just going to be blunt. And that's pretty much what we all know. If it doesn't make a good news story, if it's controversial, chances are they're not going to cover it. And then that leaves the families fighting to find out and doing a lot of the grunt work, doing a lot of the investigation, doing a lot of everything that they can to try and get justice for their families, for their family member. I have a list of a lot of statistics that I'm going to cover, but I'm going to get ready and do a live here in a moment. I'll be able to answer some questions about Kendrick. KJ is what his family like to call him on that live. I'll also be able to hopefully answer some questions regarding missing persons, how search and rescue works, things that society can do to help get names out, to help bring more media coverage, even if it is just social media.
So again, the mainstream media won't take cases like Kendrick because if you know, they suppress information. Red media doesn't give anything attention. So it's up to social media, people like me, people like you, people like all of us in this room to get a lot of attention on some of these cases because Kendrick Johnson's case is a complete shit show. Let's get into it.
A teenager found in an upright gym mat at school. Two young men at the focus of the Kendrick Johnson controversy have declined to talk to investigators, a grand jury, and an on-camera interview until now. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie live outside FBI headquarters in DeKalb County with these exclusive interviews. Mark.
And at last check, this case remained a focus of federal investigation. But we are outside the FBI's Atlanta field office because that is where we're told Agent Rick Bell was assigned, and both his sons are the subject of target letters from a federal prosecutor. And now we hear from them at last.
I'm going to ask my photographer to push in tight on your face.
Okay.
Our viewers can read your expression. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No. He was like one of my good friends.
Even at the time of his death?
Even at the time of his death.
You know, every word we broadcast of this is going to be scrutinized by the blogosphere, the Twitter sphere, and so on.
Yes, sir. It should be. And I want everybody to know the truth. And, I mean, they can ridicule me and they can say whatever they want, but in the end, the truth will prevail. And everybody will find that me and my brother have been innocent and always will be innocent.
We've just heard what family attorneys acknowledge sheriff's deputies, the GBI, and a federal grand jury have not heard. Brothers Brian and Brandon Bell answering questions, no holds barred, about the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson in 2013.
He was the laughter of our house. He was the joy of our house, and he gives us strength to keep fighting.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out. But Kendrick Johnson's mom takes issue with that.
Are you more convinced today than ever that KJ was the victim of foul play?
Yes.
And with some of what the Bells say.
No, they weren't friends.
And in a lawsuit, Johnson's parents allege a group, including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
None of the allegations that were made were without research.
But both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class.
Why are both of y'all laughing at this shit, though? Look, watch both of them.
But both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. I was in class, first block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
The suit suggests the brothers sought revenge for a brief fight between Brian and Kendrick on a team bus.
A year before, I mean,
What was
we're
that
still
about,
friends.
anyway?
So I can't even remember. I mean, it was so small to us, like it was ridiculous.
Your brother had a football scholarship offered to FSU.
Yes, sir, he did.
They pulled it back.
On signing day.
So how low did you get?
To the lowest you can go.
Letters from the Macon U.S. Attorney's Office suggest both Bells are targets of grand jury investigation. The letters suggest possible civil rights violations.
My objective is to only get justice for my son.
Have you prayed for the Johnsons?
Yes, sir. I have. I hope that they found justice, and I hope that they do find out the truth about their son.
I pray for the truth to come out about what happened to my son.
Now, there's lots more. These interviews were extensive. No lawyers present, no parents present. We plan to have a lot of all new excerpts coming up on Channel 2 Action News at 6, including both Bell brothers talking about federal search warrants executed at their residences in recent weeks and what searchers may have been after. For now, I'm live outside FBI Atlanta headquarters in DeKalb County. Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
From these interviews that you obtained, Mark, to some of the details in the case, so much in here is unusual, to say the least. And right now on our Facebook page, we've posted a link to Mark's story. Click on it to get interviews with these brothers, their mother, and the mother of Kendrick Johnson.
Do y'all believe that those Bell brothers were responsible for Kendrick Johnson? Now, let me tell you something. Why would you have to climb into a damn mat when you could just common sense, right? And no offense to Kendrick, because I don't believe he lacked common sense. I'm just saying, common sense says a big ass mat. I'm looking down at it. And I see that my shoe's down there. I'm going to push the fucking mat over. My shoe's going to be sitting right there. If I push the mat over, I don't got to climb into a fucking mat and go all the way down and get stuck in a mat when I could just tip the damn mat over and position it back up the way it was. I mean, it's just common sense. Tip the mat, pick the shoe up, pull the mat back up, walk off. Right? Let's go.
All right, y'all. So let me know if y'all want me to keep making these parts of the documentary. But this is an interesting part about Rick Bell's dad. Okay, watch this. Watch this. This is the guy. Rick Bell is the guy. Brian Bell, Rick Bell, the brothers, Bell brothers. I believe they're the ones who unalive Kendrick Johnson. But watch this, y'all.
He lost his job because the DOJ had evidence of corruption. I say they actually told me that. On the phone, we was on a phone conference. They said, Mr. Johnson, we're going to tell you. They are not going to lock him up and they're not going to fire him, but they're going to make him resign. They said, we got evidence of corruption of Rick Bell. And what we going to do, we going to turn it over to the FBI. And shortly after that, he resigned.
I felt as though we would have continued our investigation. Not only would we have made an arrest with bail for obstruction, I really believe we would have got to the bottom of what happened to Kendrick if Bell would have been charged with obstruction of justice. I'm looking at Kendrick's father. I'm looking at myself. And I'm saying to myself, as I look at Kendrick's father, is that I'll probably be in jail for murder.
Well, the sounds of those screeching chains echoed through the Sunset Cemetery in Valdosta today as Kendrick Johnson's grave was exhumed for the second time. The Johnson family is hoping a third autopsy will help them figure out what happened to their son.
Re-looking at the picture.
And they won't give us justice for this little boy. They just don't want us to know the truth.
Findings in the lungs. Now, in a positional asphyxia, where someone is trapped in something where they can't breathe, they fight for breath, so forth, and over a period of time, their muscles begin to wear out, essentially, so they're not breathing as well. And this causes basically the heart to start failing and fluid to build up in the lungs and get more and more fluid, and this basically suffocates. Well, in Kendrick Johnson's case, the lungs were not only had no fluid in, but they were basically normal. The diagnosis of positional asphyxia, if you're going to make that diagnosis, when you look at the lungs under the microscope, you can see the fluid in the lungs. When you look at the weights of the lungs, which are normally around 250 grams and 280 grams, they will be much heavier, 3 to 4 times that weight. Well, Kendrick's were actually normal weight.
So according to the state's own documents, which you have, right?
Correct.
His lungs weighed the normal weight.
Absolutely. That was, in fact, that was the first red flag that caught my attention. So if you find this dichotomy, basically, then you have to figure out, well, what was it? Was it something else that was going on? But in the absence of the lungs being heavy, you cannot make the diagnosis of positional asphyxia. So because of that, then we decided, well, all right, we don't have any information. So we decided we would go ahead and exhume the body and do a second autopsy.
Digging him up, it's just unexplainable to stand there and watch, your child coming back out of the ground again.
Well, we opened the body in this particular case, and the organs were not there. The body had basically paper had been stuffed into the cavity to fill it up, and so the organs actually were not in the body at all.
Every organ from the top of Kendrick's head to his pelvis gone.
When I found out the organs were missing, I was like, how is that possible? Because I've sat through many of autopsies, and the organs are taken out, examined, and they're placed in a bag. Everything you take out, you put inside of a bag. And once it's back inside of the bag, the body is thrown out.
And then I guess the person started covering up the microphone. But as you see, they took Kendrick's organs out. He had no more organs. When the fuck did this happen? So yeah, the audio is gonna be fucked up on that. But if you see, clearly they did not want the truth to come out. He had normal lungs. Everything was perfectly normal with Kendrick as far as his lungs. But the cause of death should have been determined by something else. But when they go back to do the autopsy, now there's stuff with newspaper. What the fuck is going on, man?
Two sons of an FBI agent are describing raids on their residences in recent weeks in connection with an investigation into the death of a Valdosta high school student found rolled up in a gym mat. And their mother says they have not spoken to prosecutors, police, or the grand jury. But now they've talked to Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark live in DeKalb County with excerpts from those interviews that are new since 5. Mark.
That's right. We are live outside the Atlanta field office of the FBI. We are told that is where the father of Brian and Brandon Bell was assigned, though he worked out of Valdosta. But it was another federal agency that apparently showed up at his son's residences recently.
This is where they knocked the morning of around 5 a.m. You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knocked.
I was laying in bed. I got a bang on my door.
Tactical gear?
Yes, sir, to the nth degree.
It was just like, it's about the Kendrick Johnson case, the ongoing Kendrick Johnson investigation.
Brandon Bell says what he and brother Brian Bell woke up to in 2 different rental places July 21st was worse than a bad dream. Deputy U.S. Marshal serving search warrants in connection with the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes High School in 2013.
I was just really shocked.
I broke down and cried.
I really had no reason in my head why they would be here.
It just keeps on getting worse.
One might imagine Kendrick Johnson's mom feels like she's in a nightmare that won't end.
Kendrick gives me strength. You know, he was our baby. He was my son.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out.
I would imagine practically every one of your viewers sat scratching their head.
And a lawsuit by Johnson's parents alleges a group including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
My only angle is to find justice for my son.
But the Bell civil attorneys, Patrick O'Connor and Bryce Ladson, say the July 21st search warrants sought text messages, emails, and the like relevant to alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice.
Is it possible you were involved in any witness tampering or obstruction?
No, sir. In no possible way whatsoever.
Have you obstructed justice in any way?
No.
Have you tampered with any witnesses, tried to influence anybody, tried to stop somebody from talking in the Kendrick Johnson investigation?
No.
Where our viewers can look in your eyes. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Where were you?
I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online about what happened, some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to. And I went in there to check my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it, that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, we've just been sitting here. Not just letting everybody else talk. You know, it's our time to talk.
Them motherfuckers guilty. They got an FBI daddy who coached them through that shit, and they're guilty.
Now, a March 2013 document in the file suggests an attorney told the sheriff's office that after consulting with the father of Brian and Brandon Bell, he advised them not to make a statement. We are posting extensive raw video at WSBTV.com, and tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5, video identified as a raid on the home of FBI agent Rick Bell, and what his wife has to say about whether the level of force on display was appropriate under the circumstances. Remember, that's tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5. Reporting live outside FBI headquarters in DeKalb County, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Sad case, man, for Kendrick. Sad case for Kendrick.
More now of our exclusive investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson. Specifically, what school surveillance video can tell us about how he died and what's missing from it. Again, here's Victor Blackwell.
CNN has hired Grant Fredericks and his team at Forensic Video Solutions to analyze the hundreds of hours of surveillance from Lowndes High School. Although he does not believe the jumpy video is the result of editing, he says there are some other major problems.
Those files are not original files. They're not something that an investigator should rely on for the truth of the video. They've been altered in a number of ways, primarily in image quality, and likely in dropped information loss. There are also a number of files that are corrupted because they've not been processed correctly and they're not playable. So I can't say why they were done that way, but they were not done correctly and they were not done thoroughly. So we're missing information.
Fredericks says that's likely due to how investigators acquired the surveillance video.
Right now what they've done is they have left it up to the school district to define what it is they want to provide the police. And I think that probably is a mistake.
According to Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident reports, a detective watched a portion of the surveillance video the day Kendrick Johnson was found. Then he asked the school board's information technology worker for a copy of the surveillance video for the entire wing of the school with the old gym for the last 48 hours. 5 days later, that IT worker provided a hard drive, and according to the incident report, the detective verified it contained the requested surveillance video.
So the investigator's responsibility is to acquire the entire digital video recording system and then have their staff define what they want to obtain. You don't want somebody who might be party to the responsibility to make the decision as to what they provide the police.
And after hours of analysis, Fredericks questions whether Lowndes County Schools provided all of the surveillance video from the old gym to investigators.
There is a whole of time where none of the cameras provide any record that I've been provided.
Fredericks has all the camera angles and all the video released by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office.
There are 4 cameras in the gym that records motion from when the lights turn on in the morning until when the lights are turned off at night, except for the area of interest.
The moments before Kendrick Johnson enters the gym. Look at what happens to the recordings from these 4 cameras in the gym. The time is recorded with the video. The first camera captures images from the start of the day until 12:04 p.m. Then, nothing. It picks up again at 1:09 p.m. There's consistent surveillance from the second camera until 11:05 a.m. Then it stops and picks up again more than 2 hours later at 1:15 p.m. The third camera also drops at 11:05 a.m. It picks up again at 1:16 p.m. And from the final camera, there's surveillance until 12:04 p.m., no recording for more than an hour, then it picks up again at 1:09 p.m.
I would absolutely expect there to be some record of that activity, and we don't have any here.
Here's why Fredericks would have expected the motion-activated system to record during that time. During that hour and 5 minutes, several students are seen walking into and out of the old gym from the surveillance camera just outside the gym door. We count 7 male students, and 3 of them walk into the gym within 3 minutes prior to Kendrick Johnson walking in.
I can't tell you whether there was no information recorded in the digital video system, or whether somebody made an error and didn't capture it, or
this is clearly corruption, bro. And that school should have been held accountable.
Whether somebody just didn't provide it.
When surveillance in the gym resumes at 1:09, we see just these few frames of Kendrick Johnson running in the gym. Here's that moment from all of the cameras in the gym, although there's a record from only 2, and the camera just outside the door. Notice, the hall camera timestamp appears to be 10 minutes behind, and there's no confirmation either time matches the exact time of day. It is the last time his image is captured on video. For the next hour, there are multiple gaps in the video surveillance in the gym.
And that is crucial. It's a really important time.
Well, it really is the only option to answer the question, really what happened.
And there's no video showing the initial discovery of a body in the gym. The next time we see Kendrick Johnson is the following day when he's being wheeled out of the gym in a body bag.
Do you believe it's a coincidence that that time period in the gym is missing?
Oh boy. Investigators are always suspicious and should be suspicious. And it's suspicious that that time period is not there. So yes, I would be suspicious. And until I have the digital video system in my hand, until I can say, or an investigator can say, everything is intact, this was what's recorded, I would still be highly suspicious of this.
So after fighting for months on a city street corner and in the county courthouse to get the surveillance video, Kendrick Johnson's parents still do not know who was in the gym before Kendrick ran in, nor who, if anyone, was there or what happened in those moments after.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. So what's the school district and the sheriff's department saying?
Well, Anderson, we sent a long list of questions to both an attorney for the sheriff's office and an attorney for the Lowndes County School District. Well, we have not received an answer to our questions from the attorney for the sheriff's office, but we have received a response from the attorney for the school district. No comment. Although that attorney has said that he will make the original hard drive available to the court. And of course, the Johnsons want to make sure that all the information from the school's hard drive was then given to the sheriff's office, which they hope eventually was all passed on to them. And of course, we'll find that out. Wow. Anderson?
R.I.P. to Kendrick Johnson, man. R.I.P. to Kendrick Johnson. Do you guys feel like there was foul play involved? There was foul play involved in that case? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what you think about the Kenneka Jenkins case. Zack TV, RIP to all three of those fallen ones, man. RIP, RIP, RIP. Long live Zack Stoner. Long live Kenneka Jenkins. Long live Kendrick Johnson. And I wish that we could get answers for, I mean, there's been arrests made in the connection to Zack TV. I just don't buy it. And Kendrick Johnson, an accident. Kenneka Jenkins case is closed. It's just going to be up to us, I guess, to figure that part out. I don't know. But right about now, y'all, it's about time for the Tank Davis fight. So I'm about to get ready to close this down. I'm going to be streaming the fight on Discord. So if you want to watch the fight, get over to my Discord server. Mods, go ahead and drop that Discord link in the chat. When I do end this video, I want y'all to jump into the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this case. Do you want to continue to talk about the Kenneka Jenkins, Zack Stoner, Kendrick Johnson, anything like this? You want to send me some cases? Get into my Instagram and my TikTok. They're both right there. Send me some cases and we could talk about whatever you guys want to cover. We got to keep attention on all of our missing teenagers, all of our missing adults, all of our missing children. We got to keep going in on the CPS corrupt system, the police corrupt system. We got to stay 10 toes down and each one teach one. And we got to stand together and band together. And everybody in Ratchet Gang continue to support how we support. Also, y'all better be donating to me while I'm streaming this damn fight. My Cash App better be dinging. Y'all better be dinging my damn Cash App when I go stream this damn fight, because we finna have a packed room in there, I'm pretty sure, because I'm finna open a room up for this Tank Davis fight. I'm finna get off here right now, and we finna jump straight over to Discord. So as soon as I end this, I'm jumping straight on Discord. We're gonna be in the the live sports room. So don't get into the general chat. Go straight to the live sports room. We're gonna be jumping straight into the Tank Davis fight as soon as I end this live show. This live stream. So I thank all y'all for pulling up, popping out, showing up, and showing out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just didn't expect people to want to talk about Kenneka all these years later, or Zack TV all these years later, or Kendrick Johnson all these years later. So I do appreciate everybody for their support. And this is your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang, and this is Ratchet TV. Until next time, I'm out, gang. Tone back. One more time. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm finna get ready to get up off here. Get to my Discord server. We going to stream the Tank fight. I'm out. Tone.